Welcome to the garage. I'm Chris. My friends call me the Candyman, and you already know what time it is. Tonight, we're drafting best ball teams. We have to get in 6 more entries for the Schnauzer 2 before it closes. It's 85% filled. The 20-second clock is back. Like I said, I've got 6 more to go to max it. Why not get them in all tonight? Let's see if we can do it. It's either going to fill tomorrow or very soon. And I'm excited to get right back into it. I'm back at the home studio and ready to rip some drafts. I've been keeping up with my slow drafts, my marathons, an eliminator or two, some of those German Shepherds that came out in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks that still haven't finished the slows, but those are wrapping up soon. I'm ready to get the slow drafts off of the app, done, closed out, all fast drafts from here on out, unless, something pops up again. But this is, we're getting close. We're getting close to July. We're still early in the draft season. New tournaments around the corner. If you read between the lines, what Hope was saying, Hope Bishop was talking with none other than Justin Herzig over Twitter over the weekend. If you saw that communication about the 20-second clocks, they're looking to fill these tournaments and get some new ones going. I also noticed the puppy but super flex getting kind of close to filling for such a large tournament. I'm honestly surprised. I did when a few other guys on the channel, I mean, it's like Hartman, Steve, Huhames, we all thought, it'd be open probably through the first week of July. Doesn't look that way now. It's June 22nd. It could fill in the next 9-10 days. We'll see. But I know people have been ripping those drafts. What are you guys getting into? What are you drafting? Let me know in the comments which tournaments you're drafting the most of right now. If you're watching this later, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you're subscribed. Come hang out during the live show. Get in the chat. Draft with us. Ask your fantasy football strategy questions. A lot of smart people hanging out in this community. Come be a part of it. Looking forward to ripping best ball drafts all summer long and talking all kinds of football, whether it's redraft, dynasty, general football, ball knowing questions. You'll find it here tomorrow night on BINDLES channel. Don't forget the BALLSY show. Hopping over to BINDLES channel the next night, tomorrow night, Monday. None other than our extra special guest, Neil Orfield's coming on. We're going to draft some best ball manias. Get into it. It's going to be a great time. I just posted it here on YouTube, so check out that post. But you know where to find it. BINDLES channel. Neil's coming on tomorrow. What else is there to say? Let's rip some Schnauzer 2 drafts. Let's kick it to the intro. But overall, it's like the guy can ball. Like, actions speak louder than words. Yo, what's up, fellas? How we doing on this Sunday night? This is an old draft board. Don't sweat it. We're about to jump right into a Schnauzer 20-second draft clock. Das Brew Crew, the Candyman. Appreciate you being here, Das. What up, brother? Let's go ahead and jump right in. You guys want to get this draft? If you want to get in this one, I'm going for it. The NBA Finals are out to wrap up. Enough said. Great golf tournament today. I need to catch all the highlights at the Travelers. Look like a pretty good finish. 85% filled. Let's jump in now. If you're hearing me saying this, I'm hitting enter. It's a 20-second per pick clock. I got 6 more to do. I'm entering now. I'm going to rip. I'm going to get back into it. If I can't get it from the app, I'll enter it from my phone. I'm still getting in this one, but you're not surprised that Underdog, maybe I should have refreshed. Maybe it was my fault. 8 more people. What up, homies? How we doing? What's good? Cullen, how was the Wisconsin trip? Dude, very nice. Very nice. Plenty of good things to do there. Touched a lot of grass, caught a lot of wind, some light rain, some nice sun. Apparently, I brought the Houston heat north with me. Some of the hottest days of the year. We were out in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. A lot of lakes. Lake LaBelle, Lake Fowler, all these lakes right outside of Milwaukee, west of it. Very nice. Good stuff. Family time, family reunion. Saw a lot of peeps. Went to some nice dinners, drank some wine. Got some new bourbon recommendations. And I'll have to text the family because I already forgot them. But that's what happens when you ask for a bourbon recommendation at 10 p.m. after a nice Italian dinner, a few bottles of wine deep. It's hard to keep track. I think what was the no idea. No idea what the recommendations were. I got at least 2 new recommendations. Have to text them. Have to follow up. Yo, what up, Tyler? How you doing, brother? Hope you've had a great weekend. The Eiffel Tower show on Saturday night. Incredible. Tuned in, caught it here and there. Got to go back and rewatch. It seemed like a pretty good one. I jumped in and I think BBG was having a moment. So I have to go back and tune in and catch the rest of that one. But always fun. Always a good time. Eiffel Tower. One of the best streams of the week. Always looking forward to it. Yep. 20-second Schnauzer. That's what this one is here. I'm in the 4 spot. I see Cullen's in here. Biff Tannen in the 7. Who else we got? Who else wants to get on these drafts? Have you guys already maxed the Schnauzer too? I probably thought I would have maxed it at this point, but just, I don't know what's going on. A little bit behind. Got to play catch up. Man, I don't think I have a Bijan team in this tournament yet. I'm going to grab Bijan here. I don't think I have a Bijan team in this tournament. I got plenty of CeeDee Lamb teams. I have at least 6 out of my 14 that I've done are CeeDee Lamb. So let me get a Bijan and build something different. I posted 2 of the teams that I drafted. I mean, one of them I did on stream, but then I had to kind of end it in round like 15. I drafted like a Packers onslaught. I posted that to Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at FFB Garage. Mostly just let you know when I'm going live. Sometimes memes, sometimes interactions with other best ball bros. Mostly just let you know when I'm going live. But and then sometimes some good content, some good research stuff. I haven't been doing a ton of that lately, but I like to repost and promote other people's nice work. So if you want to stay in the loop, follow me on Twitter there. And then I posted a second team that I drafted, I think yesterday or the day before, I forget when, but it was another really interesting one. A lot of Texans, a lot of Saints, a lot of Ravens all on one team. Felt pretty good. Bindles, GM. What's going on? Bindles put out some Dynasty content. He went live. He posted a video over the weekend. Good stuff. Make sure you check that out. Make sure, like I was saying in the intro, you come back around tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time on Bindle's channel. None other than the extra special guest, Mr. Neil Orfield's going to be on. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be fun. Been looking forward to this one. Like I look forward to all of the Ballsy shows. A lot of great guests, incredible incredible production value. Shout out to Bindles hosting it this week. Let's get it tomorrow night. I'm getting my reps in tonight. Got to get the reps in, finish out the Schnauzer too, and then be ready for some BBM action tomorrow night. Ooh, a Bijan Bucky team, or do I go T Higgins? I could. Yeah, I'll go Bucky. I'm cool with going Bucky here. I thought about taking Rice, but he's already gone, so that's not a new idea anymore. McConkey goes pick 20. That's incredible. I would love some McConkey there. Not the most rare thing. I didn't adjust my ranks too much over the weekend. I was listening to some Stealing Bananas. I was listening to some ETR podcasts during my travels. I was listening to just to name a few, a couple others. And I made some small movement in my ranks, but nothing crazy. I moved Achan to the 1-2 turn. So I'm gonna be drafting a lot more of him from here on out. I mean, I'm only at 7.5% Achan, so I want to get to like 12%. And then, I mean, how do you pass up T. Higgins? I thought about going Tyreek Hill though on this one. I think I will. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to pass up T. Higgins, but I'm going to build something different. I've been wanting to get back in on Tyreek Hill too a little bit. I want to move Tyreek Hill up in my ranks just a little bit, but I want to sprinkle him in. I've only got so many of these Schnauzer 2s left, so I'm going to take different combinations I don't already have. I don't have any Bijan teams. I can't think of a Tyreek Hill team that I've got so far. So just something different. DOS maxed it today. Nice. Well, you can always draft something else while you're watching the stream, or you're just chilling, Don't always have to be drafting, but at the same time, always have to be drafting. Yo, what up, Augustus? How you doing, my man? UD should increase limit from 20 to 50 Schnauzer drafts. They could. We'll see what the next one comes out. We might get another puppy. I guess you're right, though. The $3 drafts are generally a 20 max. But you're right. They could. They definitely could. Not a bad idea. If you ever have any suggestions, either within the Discords, Underdog Discord, or even some of the other, like, there's a lot of people who are and were best ball bros who now work for Underdog. I mean, Hope and Numi, to name two right off the top of my head. And you can find them in the Discords, whether it's Deposit Kingdom or just kind of, anywhere. They're in the Discords, or you can hit them up on Twitter too and let them know, because they're definitely listening. Josh Jacobs and Chase Brown over Bucky, in my opinion. Yeah, I can see that for sure. Chase Brown getting a lot of work. We know the Bengals are going to be passing a ton. Good offense to be in. The Bengals defense maybe not great. They're having issues getting their first round draft pick signed and all that figured out. So kind of a rough situation for them. Let me go ahead and take Smith here, and then I'll circle back around maybe with Hurts. So I've been thinking about that too. Is Chase Brown going to be playing in the right game scripts? Is he going to be working it for them on the obvious passing downs? Or is that going to be a little bit of Samaje Perine mixing in, which you'd hate to see? Obviously, I think Chase Brown gets the bulk of the rushing workload, but what if the game script is bad? What if the Bengals defense is letting them down and these games become more shootouts? Does Chase Brown kind of lose out some snaps there to like a Perine situation? I don't know. But no, I'm still really high on Chase Brown, just kind of food for thought. And then Josh Jacobs, obviously monster season last year, really high on the Packers rushing attack, their O-line. Hurts goes, hate to see it. What are you going to do? What does that mean? Who's there? Probably won't take Kamara on this build. I could do Zay Flowers. Could do Waddle for the double. I might do Waddle double. Either that or Calvin Ridley. Let's do a Waddle double stack. I mean, I've paid much more expensive prices for a Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle double stack before. Honestly, if you think back, even last season, that's a 1-2. Maybe the Tyreek in the first, Waddle in the 2-3 turn. If I remember correctly, we did it I think last year, and then 2 years ago it might have been a little bit cheaper, right? Because last year was Tyreek, kind of with the injury. Yeah, exactly. 2023, Hill was a first rounder, first front of the board, and then Waddle in 2023 was also coming off a nice season in 2022. You had to get him the 2-3 turn. So I've paid much higher prices for the Tyreek, Jalen, Waddle stack, double stack. And then Devonta Smith, in the same era, he'd be like a 2-3 turn pick. So something you can get, and circumstances have changed, but for the Dolphins, not a crazy amount. And we just need healthy Tua, healthy Tyreek. Jalen Waddle, I don't know what's up with that. Maybe him healthy as well. Bucky could just be the guy you need in week 17. So mixing him, mixing Josh Jacobs, some Chase Brown. I'd have them all in the same tier. Not a crazy difference there. Got me off on a big tangent with that one, Augustus. I like it. Great shout. 30, what up, dog? Terrible nighttime, 80s soap opera. That's all I know about Dynasty. That's all I know about Dynasty. Raphael, what up, brother? Stealing Bananas got me on Nico. Hell yeah. But I really liked Amon Ra and don't like him this year. I still like Amon Ra. The knee news is not what you want to hear, but I think we can still work around it. Man, if I did take T, I would have been getting Burrow right here. Instead, I went for something different. I'll get to it later, hopefully. I think we're in a good spot, though. I need to hit the refresh. Make sure my best ball overlay is set up and going, and it is. With this one, probably just pull up Matthew Golden. Burrow is still there, kind of crazy. Yeah, Judkins or Montgomery could be there on the way back. I'll get Golden here. Seems expensive. That's because it is. You got to pay up for the top tier first round wide receivers. They get more and more expensive every year. I want him there. Maybe he'd be there with my next pick. Maybe I can get Jaden Reed with the next pick. Double stack the Packers too. Definitely feeling like I'm just going to keep taking wide receivers. Double anchored down with Bijan and Bucky. I would really like to get Jaden Reed. If he's not there, we'll see what we can do. Oh, in the early afternoon, just trying to get some softer rooms. I know exactly what you're saying. I just draft whenever I can get it in at the end of the day. Literally and figure, like, at the end of the day, I just draft when I can get it in, but also literally it's usually the end of the day. The house is quiet. The kids are asleep. The dog's asleep. Although she does like to go in and out of the study. I can see her right there. She's asleep right now. She's exhausted. We just picked her up from her boarding, her care while we were on vacation. She's exhausted. She has pool access. It's cage-free boarding for dogs. She's been going there her whole dog life. Same staff, they love her. So it's a good setup for her, but she comes back exhausted. Probably just a lot of socialization, a lot of action, a lot of playing. But yeah, getting the best ball manias in whenever I can. I think I'm close to 50. I'll probably be at 50 best ball manias at some point in the middle of this week. I think it's a good pace to be at. I want to leave a good amount for August. Yeah, I like these 20 schnauzers. 20-second clock, but also 20 max. I think I like the size of it. if it's much larger, I just start to think, you know what? I'm actually not going to max this 150 puppy, and I'll do 40 or 50 of them, or I'll just maybe skip one. Maybe just say, hey, this puppy's not for me. I'm going to focus on the Chow Chow, the whatever comes out next, the poodles, mid-range stuff. Yeah, time zone matters too. James Young, gang. What up, gang? James Young. Okay. Sup, fam? Sup, who Hames? How you doing, brother? Saw you ripping some super flex. Always. Hope you're doing good, who Hames. Killing it, my man. Great streams lately. I've been lurking. I've been busy. I've been traveling, but I'm back in the home setup. Back to my regular schedule. Thanks for stopping by, who Hames. Hope you're doing great, brother. Who Hames, I was thinking about you. I was flying into Chicago. And then I drove up to Wisconsin for the little vacay I did, little family reunion. And I was in the exact same state as Who Hames. And I said, I wonder what Who Hames is up to right now. Open up the YouTube app. He was live, drafting Superflex. Not surprised. Could have guessed. Ooh, Jordan Mason? Yes, but also what do I need here? I like Higgins a lot. Pittman's still there. Let me just get Pittman. Maybe because the ADP. Let me just get Pittman. I'm at 6 wide receivers. Feeling very good. Pittman's been good, man. I like Jaden Higgins. I mix him in a bunch. Pittman healthy. He could just be good. We used to be comparing Pittman and Drake London, and maybe Drake London was always better, always had more appeal, but they were in a similar production range. I mean, Pittman was outproducing Drake London or about the same output consistently. And then last year at the injury, still had a bunch of targets. I mean, I'm not out on Pittman. Is this a Justin Fields team? I think we might be due for a Justin Fields team or Scattaboo, Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce. I think I'm going to go Justin Fields and then put myself in a good spot for Love and or Tua later. 1260 build just took Justin Fields at pick 100. If the Bengals, they've got a contract dispute with Hendrickson. Yeah, Burrow could just be lighting it up. That's exactly what I was thinking. I've been hearing that. I've been hearing people talk about this. The Bengals paying all of their offensive skill position players. What's left for the defense? The defensive players are holding out. Craziness. Who Hames? Simply a goat. Dots Brew on the West Coast, getting that extra EV in, making sure all those East Coast drafters are falling asleep at the wheel, figuratively, drafting. Smoking Stokie's on vacay. We did. Father-in-law was there. He is, a stud. He's doesn't take shit from anyone. He smokes his stogies outside, I will say. We did smoke them outside. I mean, we're staying at a nice hotel, but we did smoke some stogies, drink some nice red wine, a couple bourbons, chilling with the men in the group. Good times. And the women too. But late at night, the men, the stogies. Sup P. And I know what you mean. Incredible, though. Things in the chat just organically happen. Sup P. One of those. You got to be here for it. You got to be in these drafts, in the chat, saying sup P. EST, yeah, EST, that's tough. I'm central. I'm here in Houston, so I'm central time zone. What is central time zone? No one knows. Matthew Stafford, pick 114. Biff Tannen. Cullen. Did you star method yourself there? Yeah, I was thinking Mark Andrews. I think Johnny Smith is too much. Too much to just onslaught the hell out of the Dolphins. No, let's do it. It's a $3 schnauzer. Is it stupid to have Jonnu Smith and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle all on the same team? Probably, but at cost. I've seen worse things. I've seen better things too. I don't know. It could be fun. Maybe the Dolphins are super undervalued, or maybe one of them is a bad pick there. $124. I would like Love. Who knows what Buell's going to do? He took Jalen Hurts last time. He's got Josh Jacobs. He goes Trey Benson. Very interesting pick. Ramondre is kind of there for me too. Otherwise, I'd take Ramondre or even Tyler Warren, who I like. I'm going to go Jordan Love. I have the double stack. You just can't. You simply must do it, right? And then what was I hearing about? I forget who it was. Someone was talking on an ETR podcast lately about we're drafting Tyler Warren essentially where we were drafting Brock Bowers last season. Right or wrong, first round draft picks, But Brock Bowers, as a true freshman at Georgia, was doing ungodly, unspeakable things to defenses. Just a menace, a dominator, taking away targets from Ladd McConkey, relegating Ladd McConkey in targets, doing the same thing to Adonai Mitchell when he was on the Bulldogs. With Warren, he really didn't pop off until those last season. He had some nice production before that, but he was behind the likes of Brenton Strange and who's the other Penn State guy? Oh, man. I just had it, but I lost it. It'll come back to me. So anyways, no, I have to look it up. Okay, I'm going to look it up over here. Penn State tight ends last 5 seasons. We've got, of course, Tyler Warren. We've got, like I said, Brenton Strange. We've got Pat Fryermuth was a long time ago. Theo Johnson. It was Theo Johnson the whole time. Theo Johnson. You guys probably said it in the chat. I bet you guys knew. So other than Matt Stafford going a little bit early to Cullen, what else did I see that was weird? There was something else weird in this first couple picks. I guess that was it. No, I saw something else happen too. Someone pulled someone up. I mean, Josh Downs going 75. You always got to clock that. The new price for Josh Downs. I mean, I can't take Rachaad White here. Can I? Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have just gone White and taken the Bucks backfield. Maybe I should have. I picked Garindo, just trying to get something different. I don't love that pick. I like Garindo. I think he's a little bit overpriced right there. Starting to think CMC's healthy, going to dominate. I should have done it. I should have gotten Rachaad White because now I can't get him. I thought, I'll get him on the way back if he's still there. Can't get him. I got to go Tua here. So that's my bad. But it's still fine. I mean, just full bet on Bucky. And he goes anyways. Full bet on Bucky. It might have been cool to have Bucky and Rachaad White on the same team with this huge game stack that I've got with them. And I could have gone Michael Penix there. Would have made a lot of sense with Bijan. In some ways not. So if I didn't have Fields or the Love double stack, I would have considered going Michael Penix with that first pick over Garindo. I would have already had some other running backs at that point because I wouldn't have taken either Fields or Love or both. And then I could have still gotten Tua. So 3 QBs, 3 running backs, 6 receivers, 1 tight end through my first 13 picks. And I like this one. Double stack Love, double stack, triple stack actually with Tua. So I'm going all in. On the Dolphins in this one, I naturally get the bring back with Bucky. So I like Algier a lot. I didn't take him because I already got Bijan. Kind of would have been the same thing. The reason I didn't take Rachaad White. Jaden Blue, just a little bit too expensive, but I took Isaac Garindo, and we've seen some things from him. Definitely a good team. Definitely want pieces of the 49ers. Just question myself is that price too expensive? Compared to a J.K. Dobbins or Ray Davis going a few picks before, probably need to move Garindo down in my ranks just a tiny bit. Move Dobbins up even more. He's been going at pick 125, 135 kind of lately, that range. And like I said, I talking about this way earlier, but I want to move up Drake London a few spots. So it's HN, it's Drake London. Those are guys I want to target heavily in this next month. He's not quitting. He's not going anywhere. I got to rewatch the episode. No spoilers. BBG's He's gonna stick around. Nico smash. Yeah, 100%. Oh my god. Yeah, that sounds that's the recipe. That's generally what we're dealing with. Penix is still there. I can't take him. I like Dowdle here. I don't like Pitts. Roshan's fine. I'll take Roshan because I think Dowdle's still going to be there. And you get a week 16 with the Packers. But you guys are more in on Roshan than I am. But I'll take him. RB4. Nice little Roshan and Bijan reunion. Why not? I could be done with these 6 receivers. Could be a 3-6-6-3 build. Probably, I don't know. Maybe I like 3 tight ends in this build too. Bye weeks are not insanely bad either. So it's only, I'll have 4 receivers available twice. Not ideal. Probably go 7. Probably a 3-5, 7-3, or a 3-6-7-2. Johnny can hold it down. I just got to get one more nice tight end with him, and maybe now's the time to do it with like a Freiermuth or even a Strange. But I like Dowdle here. I don't mind what do I do for bringbacks though? I've got Tampa Bay figured out. New England, I'm not sure. Penix 171. What's going on? Cannot believe that. I wish I didn't take Fields just so I had the chance to do that there. I will grab Freiermuth. Could be the second target leader in his offense at this rate, probably likely to be with Aaron Rodgers. So I feel good enough about those 2 tight ends to stop there if I need to. If I want to grab one more receiver and then still get 6 running backs. But when you got Bijan Bucky, you don't have to get 6. I can stop at 5. So maybe it's going to be a 3-5-7-3. And I think that makes a lot of sense. Just get one more tight end, even with all the things I've got going. Yeah, good. We need him. What up, Jeff? How you doing, brother? Yes. Yeah, back and better than ever. Feeling good. Vibing. And I think next draft we'll throw some of our concentration, studying, focus music on. Repping my team, my squad. I know, right? It's tough. There are essentially 3 seasons in Houston. There's fall, winter, and hell. And we're in the max kind of heat, humidity, hurricane season, all that stuff. But that's what you get. You live in the tropics. It's hot. It's hot everywhere right now. It's just a hot time of year. Even in Wisconsin, it was hot, but windy. Cooled off at night. Yeah, who knows what they use if they can maintain. I feel that, Raphael. If the Lions can maintain like the high volume, the high output. New offensive coordinator, not a new guy to their system. Been in the system, but things are changing. Is Mason Taylor overdrafted? Probably, maybe, yes, almost certainly could be, but I still kind of want him. Dang, I might have gone Justice Hill there. Might have gone Justice Hill. if I thought about it a little bit more. He might still be there. Probably not, but either way, fine. If McMillan's still there, I could take him too. Oh, that would have been that's probably the pick. I don't think he'll be there though. It's just really falling. A lot of players in these small tournaments just really falling, and I will get more Keenan Allen. I forgot to download my CSV, so these exposures are like almost a week old at this point. Maybe it's a Lloyd team. Do it for you guys. My rank, I go Wilson, and I'm starting to even out these exposures a little bit. Here, it's definitely between 30, 36 picks past ADP, and that's probably like 20 or 15 picks past where I have them ranked anyways. Perfect. That's the last piece I need for my crazy Week 17 game stack where I've got Jonnu Smith, Jalen McMillan, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Bucky Irving, Tua Tagovailoa. Take one of these guys. Probably not, honestly. The more I look at it, it's a lot of Week 5 buys for the running backs. So I'm only going to take probably 5 of them with the last pick. I need to figure this one out. We'll see. Fizzle, what's up, my man? How you doing? How's your Sunday going? Hope you're doing well. It's going good over here. Just got back from the vacay. Feeling good, feeling refreshed. Time to hit some drafts. Check in with y'all, see what's going on. Happy Sunday. Getting ready for the week. Just saw the end of the NBA Finals. I won't spoil it. Not too surprising. But also, good for them. Just chilling. We're in that time of the year where some people think there's nothing going on. Others, like us, we're still going towards that peak NFL offseason timing, ramping up all of the research, all of the news, all of the takes, getting these drafts in. I kind of like, is it crazy to go Ollie Gordon there? Probably is. What else can I get around Fields, Love, or Tua if I want one more running back? And I definitely think I do. Okay, it's going to be a running back. Keaton Mitchell gets drafted by Cullen. Right as I almost queued him, but that's funny. I'd take Emmanuel Wilson. It's kind of a lot of Week 5 buys. I think I'll go Ollie Gordon and just hope he has any kind of role. But if he doesn't have a role by Week 5, I'm essentially also taking a 0 in Week 5 for him. Maybe it's a late season play. I don't know. Tons of Dolphins on this one. Maybe one too many. How many? 46 best ball manias? We'll get that to 50 this week. 15 Schnauzer 2s. Oh, I forgot to label these ones. I'll have to label those too. And we're about to get right back into another one too. Yeah, it's rough. Cooking, appreciate you. Sensitive. No, I feel that though. Yeah, Fizzle in the house. Appreciate you. Yeah, no, I know. I was in the far north of Illinois, but I was like, hey, I'm in Huham State, stomping grounds. Pitt person. Oh. At first, I thought that was Pittman slander, but the way you played it caught me off guard. That's hilarious. Yeah, Bindles in here. Big show tomorrow night, Monday, with Neil. Bindles channel. Be there, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Boom. Oh, no spoilers. Didn't mean to click that. Pitt Kid's about to evolve to Pittman. if he can stay. I don't have a good pun for that. Healthy. I know I saw that. I figured you're multi-tabling. He got Stafford at pick 112 or so. Happens. But also, I mean, you had Stafford with Puka, right? And Devontae Adams. So it makes a lot of sense. And you already had Jane Daniels. It's not like you screwed up your draft. Honestly, what's the difference between Stafford at pick 114 and Josh Palmer at 151? Let's say you get Stafford at 151, which of course you would. Probably would with double stack. You'd be able to swap Josh Palmer for, assuming you take a wide receiver. Okay, Luther Burden was still there. Kyle Williams. You lose some upside. The draft's not dead. If Stafford is who you need him to be for that double stack, you'll be all right. I think I've seen much worse star method fails. Yeah, could have been. Or, I'm playing through the passing game, but yeah, could have been. Yes, I like Fields a lot. Been drafting a ton of Fields. I'm like 20% plus on Fields. Good call on that one. Josh Jacobs, I'll mix him in. The thing with Bucky was, I think I just wanted the Bucky Bijan combo. But then by doing that, where I usually take Josh Jacobs in round 3, I then was not going to take Josh Jacobs in round 3 as much. So we'll see. I do get a good amount of Josh Jacobs, though. That's part of it, too. And I like it. I just took Johnny before Andrews, which is crazy. I always take Andrews first, but it made sense in this one. What's your take on Watson running? On Christian Watson. Had to put it together there. I'm out on Christian Watson. I think he peaked his rookie year. If you were in on him his rookie year, he paid off big. He's had a ton of injuries since then. They just drafted, Matthew Golden in the first round. And for people who think that Matthew Golden is a 1-to-1 replacement for Christian Watson, sorry, but you're just not watching close enough. You got to know that Matthew Golden can run every route in the book, can do it all. Really, really good change of speed in and out of the cuts, acceleration, deceleration, not just top end speed. Great hands, clutch player, doing the biggest things in the biggest games on the biggest stages. And I'm also a huge Texas homer, so take that with a grain of salt. But I like to see Christian Watson healthy and active. It just adds one more guy to the target share puzzle, to the pie that you have to account for. So I think it's interesting, but we'll see. He's got to get on the field, stay healthy, keep his hamstrings in check, and outproduce what he's ever done. But I think, for guys like Wicks, or maybe even Reed to some extent, because he doesn't play like all the snaps. I don't know who that hurts the most. Have to do some more thinking on that. Maybe we'll see. Yep. Warren being 2 rounds later than Bowers. Yeah, I don't think I ever finished that thought fully, but Bowers was round 10 last year. No, he was round 9. Yeah, round 9. Bowers was round 9, 10. And Warren going round 11, sometimes 13, sometimes 12. So it's about 2-round difference. Plus 10 for Jeff. Yeah, and Bowers paid off, and even then Warren could still pay off. I still like Warren. I'm still trying to draft some Warren. I draft a ton of Loveland. That's hilarious. What up, Disband, and how we doing, my friend? Hope you're having a good Sunday. It's Barry. Ben Johnson brings a split backfield to Chicago. Then Roschon is money. He could. He could. We've never seen Roschon handle a big workload. He's been touchdown dependent. Never handled a big workload at Texas. Never split the backfield with Bijan there. Maybe. I think he could do it. He's got good size. He's got decent speed. Got decent hands. Fine blocker, I think. One of his strengths. I think Swift has just handled consistently handled big workloads in the NFL. So I think there's a lot of trust there. But yeah, y'all like Roschon more than me, so I'm listening. I'll draft some Roschon. I'll sprinkle him in. I got him here just past ADP on a team that seems fine. Yeah, Keaton Mitchell, he went right before my last pick. I thought about it. I almost did it for you guys. I generally draft more Hill, but I've been in on Keaton Mitchell before. Yeah. Yeah, I called it. In real time, I was like, oh, he got star methoded, and then he's multi-table, and he's like, shit, what did I just do? Wrong draft. 70% Bo Melton. Yikes. Don't do that. They converted him. I mean, you know the facts. They converted him to cornerback so they can keep him on the team to try out for a special team role because they like him on special teams, but they don't have a spot for him in the wide receiver group. So they switch him to a cornerback. Not that he's ever going to play cornerback, just so that he can be on the roster, not as a wide receiver, and still play special teams. I made a trade in Dynasty last year for Bo Melton. It was nothing. It was a side piece, but so I've been in on the Bo Melton news, and it's not looking great. He had 1-2 games. Yeah. Oh, just kidding. That was probably in response to the Christian Watson news, but I was like, there's no way. I was feeling bad for you for a minute, trying to help you out, walk you back from that ledge, my friend, but no one has 70% Bo Melton. Good to know. 84% Bo. Okay. Let me check my Bo Melton exposure. Dang, I have 0. I'll have to move him up in the ranks. I mean, if you've got 84%, Raphael's got 70%. I've at least got to have 1% Bo Melton. We'll figure out a time and place for a Bo Melton draft. There might be one. It might have been 2 years ago. We might have missed the window. I probably did draft him in 2023 at least once. I'm pretty sure I did. 3-5-7-3 build, double stack Love, triple stack Tua, Justin Fields. At least I got the tight end connection with Mason Taylor, who I was drafting a ton of. I have like 20%. Probably need to back off just a little bit. Fryermuth, Johnny Smith wraps up the tight end group. I think it's fine. I think it's good. Could have been good with 2. Some rookie upside with the stack. Jalen McMillan goes 35 picks past ADP. Works for my week 17 team stack 2. Got Pittman, Reed, Golden, Waddle, and Hill, and then the Devonta Smith in there. I almost got Hurts, but I did get Fields later at a nice value. The running back room, I don't love this running back room. I like the first 2, Robinson, Irving. I wish I would have gone a different direction than Garindo and even Roschon and Ollie Gordon, but I think it can still work. So it's a nice one. It's a fun one. Very correlated. A lot of team stacks. The bringbacks for the week 17 game in Miami against Tampa Bay. It's in Miami, isn't it? Yeah, it's in Miami. Nice. The bow-to-bow connection. That would be something. Let's get back into another 20-second schnauzer. If you want to jump in the draft, let's get it. I'm going to enter this one now. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Waiting on 11. Perfect timing. And then also, in that last one, we had Jordan Love, Jaden Reed, and Matthew Golden.
Ocean Wisner's already in the backfield.
Ich bin jeden Tag geek, ich laufe von genau so wie Zach Valley. What the hell? 2.5 my speed exotic Travis Kelly. What the hell?
Golden makes the catch despite getting hit.
Stick vom Bowler ist nicht verschwunden. Kann Zaubertricks wie Harry. Was zum Fick? Sie sagen Männer ohne Geld sind wie ein Geek. Was zum Fick? Bitch, ich weiß überhaupt nicht mal wer du bist. Was zum Fick? Ich hab Hälfte bei meinem Rucksack viel Gewicht. Was zum Fick? Ey!
We're going for one. Overtime. Texas. Arizona State. College football. Quarterfinals. Playoffs. Big time game, big time stage, big time throw from Quinn Ewers on 4th and 8 for a touchdown in the back of the end zone to Matthew Golden. You had to be there in real time. You had to see it. Good stuff. Waiting on one more for this 20-second schnauzer. I think it just filled, but it did just fill. Boom. That's what we're drafting. Let's go. Shout out to Bindles for that clip, too. I need to slightly edit the audio because it always gets flagged for copyright for that song. But it's worth it. Let's get into it. Oh, the 2 spot. Look at that. Man, I mean, I never get the 1 spot. I did somehow, out of all of these schnauzers, I did get two already. I got 2 Jamar Chase teams already. God, I don't even know if either one of them has Burrow, though. I think I have a T. Higgins team with Burrow. But I don't know. Bad luck. Maybe didn't think to take him at pick 49. Or actually, no. Maybe I don't have any Jamar Chase teams. I think I was thinking of those German Shepherds is what I was thinking of. I was thinking of those German Shepherd slow drafts that I'm still finishing up. I got like, must be 1 or 2 Jamar Chase teams in those, but I don't think I've gotten a Jamar Chase team in the Schnauzer 2. I'm not sure. It's hard to remember. I don't get a lot. I hardly get any picks from the 2 spot either. It feels like. Justin Jefferson here. Man, you guys have maxed the Schnauzer 2 already, haven't you? Malik Neighbors goes at 7. Super talented. Malik Neighbors over Puka. Puka going at 10 is pretty nice. I think it's hard to do it because it's like, who do you fade? I don't want to fade Amon-Ra. I don't want to fade Nico. Maybe I have to put not a real fade, but like a slight fade on Brian Thomas Jr. and move up Drake London a little bit. That might be what it takes. I've already moved Genty kind of back, but take Drake London ahead of Genty. Take Achane ahead of Genty. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If I'm talking about moving Achane and London into the 1-2 turn spot, like kind of ranked 13, 14, that's what it would take. Genty's got to go back. I already have Derrick Henry back. That's kind of what it would be. Because I still want to have Brian Thomas in this range. But I don't want to really fade Genty either. It just seems like the safer option because we haven't seen it yet. What do you guys think? What do you think we do at the end of round 1? Who's your favorite person to fade at the end of round 1? See my ranks. T. Higgins, Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown, Rashee Rice. I'll go T. Higgins and see who comes back around. I'm cool taking Josh Jacobs or Brown or Rice. T. Higgins can just destroy any given week. And it's Josh Jacobs. I don't mind that. I will take some Josh Jacobs. So yeah, shout out to Augustus on that one. He was calling for the Josh Jacobs pick in the last draft. We get it here. It feels good. Jefferson with Jacobs and Higgins. Not a very unique combo, but a very solid one from last season. Feels like a solid start. I like the Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, Chase Brown team. That's fun too. Gibbs, McConkey, JSN. Not bad. I might have gone Tyreek Hill there. Like I said, I want to get Tyreek Hill up in my ranks again. I've moved him back and forth and back and forth. I'm back in on Tyreek Hill. Yo, what up, Nick? How you doing, boss? Hope you're having a good Sunday. You've been ripping some elims, some Superflex. What are you getting into lately? What's good? Yeah, people say Amon-Ra. Dirty says Amon-Ra. Some people have been saying Amon-Ra. Got JMO there. Got Gibbs, Montgomery, Laporta. A lot of valuable pieces. A lot of expensive pieces. A lot of good players. Can Goff keep it up? Maybe. Goff supported talent in the past. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, Raphael. And the other thing is, London is a target hog. Of course, you got Bijan there. They can run the ball. They can work it through Bijan. Bijan's kind of the engine of the offense, but London also can be too. Mooney's a nice, efficient piece. He's not going to command as many targets, even close to as many as London gets to. And at the same time, Jaguars, while they're moving in the right direction, it's like T-Law's underwhelmed. Penix hasn't shown it yet. He hadn't had the chance to really. Small sample, but I think he's really good. Could just come in here and potentially lead the league in passing. Who knows? Maybe even passing attempts. If not, passing yards or touchdowns. But I think he's going to be good. I want to draft like it. Ooh, Hampton going there would have been a nice pick. And then the last thing is, Travis Hunter. The whole Travis Hunter piece. Speaking of, Pickens, Detroit, Miami, Baltimore. I'll take a Travis Hunter. It's been a while. I've been picking other players over him, but speaking of Travis Hunter, I'll stay right at 8%. My exposure is like a week old, so they've moved a little bit. I need to re-upload my CSV to Best Ball Overlay. Shout out. Oh, I would have liked Pickens on the way back. I like Kittle a ton. Sutton, I don't mind either. Zay Flowers is nice for this build. Obviously, I love Kamara. A lot of Flowers. I'll take Kittle here. Feels like a decent spot to get Kittle. Gives me another out at quarterback, so I can go Lawrence, Burrow, a later McCarthy, although he's been rising. I've been seeing him go ahead of Stroud even. Interesting stuff. He's got the rushing upside, very fast. Let's get him healthy. Josh Jacobs here. Always a bunch of Packers you can backstack and get late, so Love could be an option, and then Purdy can be an option. So I like the way I'm playing this so far. Let me grab an elite tight end there. That is pretty criminally undervalued. We were saying this in the last couple of weeks. If George Kittle was going at pick 40, you'd still be drafting him. So why not at pick 50? I think George Kittle's becoming like my auto pick in round 5, and it's either him or Alvin Kamara. It's hard for me to not draft one of those two guys in round 5 if I can help it. BTJ over London. BTJ succeeded with questionable QB play. I mean, you had Mac Jones. Yeah, maybe Kirk. Kirk Cousins is not bad. Yeah, but then so my argument against that would be the whole Travis Hunter side, and it's easy to be out on Travis Hunter because he's the highest drafted defensive player in the whole board, maybe besides Bo Melton, according to Raphael and Jeff, what they were saying in the last draft. But Travis Hunter, man, otherworldly ball tracking skills, hands, just the intangibles. I mean, the dude is a superstar. Heisman winner, Biletnikoff winner. He got some defensive trophies that I don't remember. I'm sure you guys know. If Huhames is still in here, Huhames knows. If we get Steve to stop by, Steve would know. Ooh, there goes Burrow. Not meant to be for this T. Higgins team. That's fine. I would like Jerry Jeudy a lot on this team. I don't hate the Montgomery pick, and then Quinshawn, we like Quinshawn Judkins too. So yeah, I'm gonna go Jerry Jeudy here. I think he's a nice wide receiver 4 on a team like this. Huhames, and he shows up. Love it. Boom. What was the question? What was the defensive? I mean, I don't know that you know this, but I thought you might. What was the defensive award that Travis Hunter won? Nah, it's got to be Montgomery here. I think it's just a better, solid pick. Works well on this team. Justin Jefferson, bring back kind of thing. The more I thought about it, I almost went Josh Downs. I love Josh Downs. Got to get a little bit more Josh Downs, but 74. It's not a bad price, but the price on Montgomery there just made sense. So Huhames, Travis Hunter, he won the Heisman, the Biletnikoff, and then what was the defensive trophy that he won? And I can Google it too, but I'm just curious if someone knows off the top of their head. Yeah, not sure. I'm not sure either. I'll look it up. I'll figure it out. Fantasy Dog with the 17th like. Appreciate you, my man. Make sure you slap the like. Come say what up in the chat. Get in these drafts. Sounds like you guys already maxed the Schnauzer, though. I'm late to the party. Got a few more to do. Got 4 more to do after this one. So, we're getting after it. Getting ready for the big drafts coming up this week, tomorrow night on Bindle's channel. Ballsy with Neil Orfield. Gonna rip some best ball manias. Be a good time. Make sure you're there. Make sure you hit the like. Be like Fantasy Dog. While we're at it, ooh, I like this one. How do I get to show up? Boom. Classic. Like and subscribe. You can do this one. The classic choice. You can either like or subscribe. You can do both actually in this version of reality. Boop. Terry McLaurin, Cortland Sutton. Who's that Pokemon? Cortland Sutton edition. What else? Oh yeah. Subscribers, possibly you. But also hit the like. And then the circle of trust. Get in on the circle. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Be like Jaden Daniels. He subscribed. Did you know that? You can check. You can go through, see who's already subscribed to the channel. You'd be surprised. A lot of interesting people in the circle. I'm sure you know some of them. Let me get this overlay back up. I'm about to be back on the pick clock. All right, what do we do with this one? 95. Egbuka's there. Jordan Mason there. Ooh, I love a Jordan Mason pick. Do you think I can get away with Jordan Mason? I think I can get away with it. I'm going to take Egbuka and get away with it. Come on. Jordan Mason coming right back to me. Don't make me take Pittman again. Don't make me take Fields again, but I'll do it. He goes Knicks. He's not going to go Fields. Don't take Jordan Mason. Come on. Let's get him. Yes. Nice. Let me just think for a second. QB-wise at pick 99. No, I'm good. It would be Purdy if I wanted Purdy, though. But I don't think I'm not going to force the Purdy pick. I do want to get more Jordan Mason. I think Jordan Mason's just one of the best pure rushers in the entire league. Maybe top 10. Maybe top 5. We'll see if he can prove it again for the Vikings this year with Kevin O'Connell. They went out and got him. You saw what Jordan Mason did to the Vikings last season when he was on the 49ers. KOC took note. He said, let's get us some of that. They traded not a whole lot to get him, but they got him. They signed him. Jordan Mason going to complement Aaron Jones very nicely. Maybe take over the workload sooner than later. Maybe week 17, it's the Jordan Mason show. Maybe the whole season it is. So I like him at pick 100. I have him ranked like pick 90 overall or something. Way in on Jordan Mason. I'm well above 20% Jordan Mason. I'm about to look up that trophy too. A lot of fourth-round picks, you don't have to tackle Jonathan Taylor. That's true. Yep, Travis Hunter is going to have to potentially tackle Jonathan Taylor at some point. We'll have to see how that goes. This is best ball watercolor defense. Who Hams? What would you do if they drop like an IDP draft? Would you draft it? I've never done IDP. No, Who Hams? Who Hams? Getting you ready for Best Ball Jeopardy. There's going to be a Best Ball Jeopardy question in there. It's going to be name every trophy. Know your rookies. Name every trophy Travis Hunter won in college, his final year. It would be impossible. It'd be a $1,000 question. A ton of Strange. Yeah, I don't know if I'm the Thorpe. Matt might have it. It might be the Thorpe. That sounds right. Jim Thorpe. That might be the one. I have to look it up. I'm gonna look it up soon. Purdy goes. Man, I would have liked Purdy on this team, but it's okay. A ton of Strange. Yeah, I have a decent amount of Strange. I was drafting Strange on the big board when he was picked 200, when he was picked 220, when he was free. Since then, and this is just my exposure for the all the tournaments since then, I'm at 9%. So, I mean, I do have a decent amount of Strange. I have him ranked after ADP. His ADP has been falling. I think a lot of the tight end ADPs have been falling. But I still have a decent amount of Brenton Strange because I also draft a good amount of Brian Thomas Jr. because I always am. I'm usually picking out of like 10, 11, 12 spot in these drafts. I got lucky. I'm in the 2 spot right now. I was in the 4 spot in the last draft. I take a decent amount of Travis Hunter too. Not afraid to take Travis Hunter. So that then you end up with Trevor Lawrence. Then it's like, hey, what can I do on the back end here? Maybe some Strange. Like I said. And Burden's still there. Burden's been falling. Stevenson's still there. There's some decent picks still there. Oh, why would you do that? I purposefully took Lawrence first because I thought there's no way he'd take McCarthy. God. All right, pivot. I kind of want to go Burden. I could have done Warren here too. But I took Stevenson. Why would he do that? Why would he take? Why would he take JJ McCarthy? I can't stand how it changes. Every time someone makes a draft pick, it changes off the team you're looking at. I can't stand that. Underdog's got to fix that. I gotta reach out. Why would he do that? Insane. Tilted. He just took, you know, his 2 favorite sophomore QBs. So what are you gonna do? I was perfectly set up. Justin Jefferson, David Montgomery. But I do get Trevor Lawrence with Travis Hunter. Burden keeps falling. I don't know. People are worried about the injury. Tootin's been falling a good amount. I gotta adjust my ranks. I haven't updated my ranks in like a week, like I was saying. I gotta move Dobbins up. I mean, if Love is still there, I obviously would take him. Man, I wanted JJ McCarthy. But I get Trevor Lawrence. And then later on, I don't really have any good other stacking options. It kind of sucks. I could do something with Danny Dimes, which seems like he's going to be the guy. I could do something with Aaron Rodgers. I'm not really drafting Joe Flacco yet. Just not there yet. But he is free, so it does make a lot of sense for like a super late option. I think it was the Thorpe Award. I'll have to look that one up. Yep, Bednarik Award, Best Defensive Player. That's the one. Immediately recognize that one. Yep. Lot Impact Trophy, Most Impactful Defensive Player. According to, oh, nice. Okay. I remember the Bednarik one. I remember the Thorpe one too, but I don't know why I remember that. What that one is. But it sounded right. Okay, Dobbins in there. I'm going to go Dobbins with the first pick and then figure something out. Obviously, I want to take Penix, but it's like, what do I do? I don't have any connections. I don't know any way to get there for the Falcons stacks. I've got 5 really nice running backs. I'm gonna probably stop there with those 5. Need to work on the rest of these receivers and then the QB situation. So, man. Is what it is. I like Dallas Goedert. I almost took him. Dallas Goedert with Kittle seems like a really strong combo. And then I could stop at 2 tight ends, but I'll keep pushing tight end. And then I just don't have a way to get to Penix. I just saw him go 171 in the last draft, which is crazy. But and I took Kirk. I don't have a way to get to CJ Stroud. So what am I even doing? But a little value on him. 20 picks past ADP. And it helps this team a lot, especially if you're not sold on Travis Hunter, full-time role, whatever. I think he's still got the touchdown upside, even if he doesn't have like the full complement of snaps or maybe not the big yardage total. Could be a touchdown upside guy, especially at the end of the season. So I get him stacked with Trevor Lawrence, and then Egbuka, I think, is just him. He's just really good. So I'm not worried about a slow start from him. If anything, he's going to start off strong with Chris Godwin starting a little bit slower. Who knows? Coming off the ankle injury. And then, so Kirk, going to start off strong. Should at least, maybe he gets beat out by Null by the end of the season. Maybe he doesn't play in the 2 wide sets eventually with Higgins having a nice role. But I think he still plays a good amount. And we'll see if the Texans can just pass a ton or if Stroud can just be really good. So these 5 running backs, probably done there. Got to figure out some late QB options, and I'm running out of time to do it because I've already taken 6 wide receivers that I can't stack any of them anymore. So maybe I'll do it to the tight ends, and that'll be how we play this one. And it could just be a 2 QB build if that's all I come around to. There goes Strange 156. Penix does go to 151. Was it the Bijan drafter, or is that just unstacked? I mean, it's really just unstacked. The Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes team, but and with Tua. You know, so we're getting some crazy things in these rooms. $3 Schnauzer. What do you expect? You'll see some interesting things. 4 QBs through 13 rounds. Michael Penix being one of them, unstacked. So this is one of those rooms. I might just have to take a guy, you know, and end up with 2 QBs. Where did Thielen at 157? That's a pretty savvy pick there. I like Thielen at 157. There's a very... Leggett goes at 164. Well, I can still do it. There's a very obvious pick for me coming up next. I'm on the clock. Bryce Young. Bryce Young's the obvious pick. Or do I wait for Daniel Jones? I'm just going to go Bryce Young. Get it over with. Take my QB 2. Still could go 3 QBs and get like Daniel Jones late. Maybe that's worth it. These guys seem kind of hit or miss. Lawrence, Young can have good weeks, can have really bad weeks. And I don't need the 6th running back, but I do like Rico Dowdle now that I have Young and Leggett and Thielen are already gone. There's Alec Pierce. I'll take Alec Pierce. I mean, whatever. It gives me one more connection to get to Danny Dimes that I do like. Plays against the 49ers in week 16. Jacksonville Jaguars week 17. So even if I don't get Daniel Jones, I can still use Pierce as my bring back in that. And then I might just be done with those 7 receivers, and I do get another running back. And Dowdle might still be there. I don't know. Dowdle falls sometimes. I like him. I don't know why people are so out on him potentially. I like Alec Pierce. I like Adonai Mitchell, but I like Alec Pierce more. Just he's proven he's done it. Also had some 2nd round draft capital, a nice pick, a nice player out of Cincinnati. Fantasy dog. I love it. Yes, the Bednarik Award is what okay, we figured it out. We figured it out together. What up? What up, Krith? How you doing, brother? Oh, Def Not, but Primo Handcuff. Dang, I wish I knew what that was referring to. I have to figure it out. Primo Handcuff? The Roshan stuff? The Jordan Mason stuff. Hating on Jordan Mason? I will not accept that slander in this chat. Oh, Daniel Jones goes. Name the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL through 8 weeks last season. Name the top 3. Saquon, Derrick Henry, Jordan Mason. Okay, he didn't play for the 49ers anymore. True. But still. Yeah, pull up Coker. I took Jordan Mason. All right, yeah, Bryce Young. Oh, Otten's there. Otten's kind of a nice pick. Coker will still be there. That's not a bad pick either. I'm going to go Otten. That way, I might just be done at tight end. And then I've got 2 picks left. I've already said I was done at running back. I still could be. I think I either go Brown or Coker here. I think I go Coker because it gives me the obvious stack that I needed with Bryce Young. 258-2 build. Danny Brown goes undrafted sometimes. He might still be there with my last pick. I don't need the double stack with Lawrence. It would be kind of nice. I don't think I'm going to get to Dart. Oh, there goes Brown. Spoke too soon, but it's fine. I don't think I'm going to get to Dart. I don't have enough pieces. I mean, I don't know. Standalone value. If you drafted Bo Nix standalone, you know, without any stacks last year, it would have paid off. So maybe Dart's just worth it. I'll think about it. What was the Milrow suggestion would be what JT was telling me. If he's got some late buy pieces, and these are pretty late, 8 and 14, not super late, but he takes some Jalen Milrow. Especially when he has QBs set up with some late buys. I don't hate that take either. It's kind of interesting. I don't have any Milrow yet, but I could get there. Got Josh Jacobs. Do I just want to lock up the Packers backfield with Emmanuel Wilson? Could be the way to do it. With 8 receivers, I don't think I need to get to 9. Probably not. And then I've got 2 tight ends. I've got Kittle. I've got Otten. Do I want to get one more? I don't think there's any tight ends that are going to do it for me. In this build, on this one right now. So I'm on the clock, pick 18. Hunter, Dart, Wilson, Scantling. Honestly, I think Dart does the most for this team. Even unstacked. Be him or like a random tight end. So I'm going to throw in a round 18 Dart. The whole point on this one, the whole thesis here is completely unstacked, right? But what do we know about Dart? It's kind of flashy. Can run the ball a little bit. Maybe not the same profile as Bo Nix. Didn't get drafted as high as Bo Nix. Did go in the first round. Likely to start at some point over Russell Wilson, you would think, at least by the end of the season. 18th round pick, get an extra QB. He might be active. You know, he might be active before his week 14 bye, I would hope. Having the same overlap bye as Bryce Young, it's not super ideal. But if he has some spike weeks, and like I said earlier, Trevor Lawrence and Bryce Young don't have like the most consistent play either. I might need 3 QBs here to give myself, you know, some different scoring outcomes, some different shots on goal. The running backs seem real strong. Jacobs, Montgomery, Mason, Ramondre, Dobbins. Guys that all got it done last year. Ramondre, you know, weaker piece, but I mean, compared to these guys. QBs, Lawrence. So, I didn't get Burrow. Somehow did not get McCarthy. Incredible. Jerry Jeudy, I'm just not really drafting Flacco yet, but I like him as a 4th receiver. At Buka, a lot of upside. Kirk, nice value. Pierce, the bring back. Coker, the stack option, who I do like. Upside. Year 2, had a pretty decent rookie year. Really decent rookie year. Better than a lot of guys who got drafted ahead of him. Is the opportunity still there now that Teteroya McMillan's there? I'm not sure, but maybe he can re-earn the role over Leggett, or if Thielen isn't playing a full complement of snaps, or just something happens. Who knows? Kittle, Otten, enough to get it done with those 2. I don't love this draft. I think it's interesting. I think I played it decently well, just getting value and taking good players, but I don't love the whole correlation I've set up. I'm really only playing lightly into this week 17 game with the Colts and the Jaguars, and then, like I said, unstacked Dart. But I think, you know, think about Bo Nix last year. Just would have been a good piece on any team. Jerkwez Hunter goes undrafted. That's kind of crazy too. I should have tacked him on. Should have thought about it. But I take Jackson Dart in this build. I think it made more sense for what I was trying to do. And I finished running back kind of early. Oh, Jordan Mason's been the guy. Was the guy last year. Still's the guy. You saw what he did to the Vikings. KOC saw, took note, traded for him in the offseason. Boom. Appreciate y'all. Let's get right into another one. $27 likes. 46 watching. Let's get that number up. Get it up. Get back into another draft. Going to be entering a 20-second schnauzer real quick in 30 seconds. So cue it up. I'll let you know when I jump in. Check it, Mason. Yeah, let's check it. Let's check the Mason exposure, and then we'll jump right back into another one. Mason Taylor, 17%. Probably too high. Probably needs to be 10 to 12%. But it's because I've got a lot of fields. Jordan Mason, 21%. And these exposures are a week old. I also need to update them with my new CSV. Fields, 21%. So that justifies the Mason Taylor. And then Baker Mayfield, 1.5. That's pretty bad. And we're back. Okay. So Baker Mayfield, 2%. I need to fix that. I mean, it's hard to draft him. He's a little bit expensive, but I need to fix that. Take note of that. Gotta adjust that in my ranks. Gotta get some more. Can't have 0 Baker Mayfield. I take enough. I feel like I take enough Mike Evans and Ekbuka. Jesus, I take 20% Ekbuka and I don't have Mike Evans. Something's wrong with me. Let's get into it. All right. I'm getting in like 5 seconds. Let's jump into a 20-second schnauzer. A lot of you guys have maxed it, but I'm going to be jumping into this one. 4 more to go. So I've got 3 more to go after this one. Waiting on 6. 20-second schnauzer. Jump in. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the quick getting into it, but they're waiting on 6, so you can get in here. 20-second schnauzer. How we doing, fellas? Hope you're having a good into your weekend. Capping it off Sunday night, getting ready for a nice week. Enjoying your summer. I just got back from vacation today. Landed in from Chicago 4 hours ago. And we're drafting. We're back in the garage, getting after it. Hope you guys are doing good. What are you guys looking forward to this week? Got any trips coming up? Got any travel plans? Okay, so we got to adjust the ranks. Got to get more Baker Mayfield. What else? More Drake London. Man, you guys have all maxed the schnauzer. I can tell. The Sentry. We got some friends in here. We got James Young in the house. Who else? I don't know. Give me a shout if you're in here. Let me know. Shout out to Matt. Everyone smash the like. Let's get it. Let's rip these drafts. 20-second schnauzers. Best ball drafts coming all week long. It's going to be a great... And I'm in the 12 spot. I mean, I don't have a graphic for it, but I need to have one. Oh. Also, subscribers, possibly you. Hit the like. I guess that was the last one I had up. Boom. Oh, yeah, we're going to be drafting all week. I can feel it. It's going to be a good week for drafting. A lot of best ball manias this week. We're gonna finish the schnauzer, if not tonight, then tomorrow. Tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Bindle's channel. Link in description. Ballsy. We're doing an episode with none other than Neil Orfield, drafting a best ball mania, talking ball, getting his takes. We're going to find out if he's a waffles or pancakes guy. We're coming back around. The question that everyone wants to know. So if you're not already subscribed to Bindle's channel, go do it. Go subscribe to Bindle's channel. Link in description. Actually, I'm going to put it in the chat right now. And that's where we're going to be tomorrow night, drafting. So come hang out. Bindle's channel tomorrow night. I'm in the 12th spot. Like I said, I was born in the 12th spot. You merely visit the 12th spot. Oh, shit, though. I can't pass up Amon-Ra, Nico Collins. Can't do it. Can't pass him up. Won't pass him up. Won't do it. Draft him every time. Love Amon-Ra. Love Nico. No regrets. Let's go. Only regret is I didn't upload my CSV, so I don't have my most current exposures. But if you guys don't already know, this is the best ball overlay from bestballoverlay.com. They have great, free, easy-to-use features on there for you to upload your own teams, check out your team combinations, look at your stats, look what you got going on, your exposures. This here is the premium feature. It's pretty fun. It's fun to use. It gets your exposures on screen when you're drafting on desktop like I am right now. I can see my player combinations, and this is across all tournaments. I can filter this to just Best Ball Mania, just the Schnauzers, whatever, Eliminators, anything. How many times have I taken Nico Collins with Amon-Ra St. Brown in all tournaments? I've got 12 teams with Amon-Ra, none with Nico. That's kind of hard to believe. I wouldn't have thought that. So this is a unique combo for me. But if I look at like Brian Thomas, I've taken Brian Thomas on 42% of my Amon-Ra teams. So getting Nico here feels nice. Who'd be like another guy, like maybe London on a few of them. So that's the player combo tool. Best ball overlay is the spot to go. So yeah, I haven't updated my exposures in a week. I don't know, I got lazy. But then you can see, you can select, I have week 17 and week 16 showing up. It'll highlight players for my stacks. So when I draft either Jared Goff or Nico Collins, it'll show more stacking partners for the Texans and Lions. It'll show my bringbacks for those as well, based on the week 16, 17 that I selected. Check out bestballoverlay.com. Use promo code GARAGE for 20% off when you sign up. Check it out. You're going to like it. I like it. I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't love it. If you're drafting any kind of volume, if you're like me, if you're out here in these streets and you're not already on to Best Ball Overlay, check it out. I think you'll like it. Plenty of sharp drafters using the overlay because it's a great tool. I've been using it all summer, and I've been a fan of it, since I discovered it easily. So I wouldn't recommend you guys anything I don't truly believe in, don't like, don't use. And they got free tools on their website too. But at the very least, yeah, go check out the website. Upload your exposures, look at your combos, because do it for yourself, because you don't want to be 90% through the summer in August and realize you don't have a single Amon-Ra Nico Collins team. You'd just feel for me, I mean, I want Nico Collins paired up with every possible combination out of round 1 and round 2. So I'll do things like I'll take Nico Collins at pick 4 overall just to get him different on the other side of the draft board, because I really believe Nico Collins is like one of the best picks in fantasy for 2025. I believed it last year in 2024. Worked until it didn't. Hamstring injury. So I don't want to be too overexposed to any given player. So bestballoverlay.com. Check it out. Good stuff. Code Garage. Get yourself 20% off. I'm working on the graphics. I'll have some little my overlay up here where I've got my like space background. I probably should just have like my Twitter linked in there. Follow me on Twitter at FFB Garage. I'll let you know when I'm going live. Posting other great content creators, best ball related stuff, research, all the goods. So Devontae Adams is the clear choice there. Amon-Ra, Nico Collins, Devontae Adams, JSN or Breece Hall. I kind of feel like it's Breece Hall. What else would I do? Jameson Williams for the double stack. That's kind of fun. But no, I think I'll go Breece Hall. Breece Hall for the anchor running back spot in the 4th round. I love it. And then Devontae Adams at 36. I'm insanely happy with that. I was thinking Mike Evans would be there. We were just talking it up. Just talking up the fact that I need more. I need more Baker Mayfield because I've got a shit ton of Amika Egbuka, a ton of Bucky. I'm right there with the field. 8% for Mike Evans. I could use a little bit more Godwin, honestly. Got a good amount of Rashad White. I guess I could use more Otten. I thought I had more Otten than that. Not a ton of McMillan, you guys know that, but I just took him in this last draft. My exposures will update at some point. So based on all these, I do need more Baker Mayfield. I'm just playing it through the Dolphins, but honestly just playing it through other team stacks, other Week 17 games, other quarterback stacks, and just using the Bucs pieces without Baker. But you shouldn't be that exposed to one player or one team and not have the QB on that team. That just feels wrong, right? Talk about quantum physics. Things you love to see. What up, Crossface? How you doing? Hope you're having a great night, brother. 30 minutes ago, but good to see you, man. Hope you're doing good. I remember you mentioning the IDP. I thought you had mentioned that when we were talking one night. Yeah. Saddle up. Get more Mason. We all need more Mason. But at the same time, keep the ADP low. I'll keep drafting him. If you don't like Mason, I'll take him. But I highly recommend. We did something. We did a ballsy take of the week last Monday, a new segment we premiered. And also, so the Ballsy show tomorrow night, Bindles channel, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time with Neil Orfield. Last week we had Danny from the Fantasy Stock Exchange. Super fun time. We drafted like 3 teams. We drafted 2 teams, but we talked for like 3 hours. Best Ball Mania. I got him into an eliminator, which was really fun. I don't think he had done one of those yet, so he was interested in it. And we did like ballsy take of the week. And my ballsy take of the week is something I've been saying all summer. So not really like the crazy take of the week that I off the top of my dome, but something I hadn't put on paper yet. So I wanted to get it out there. Was I think Jordan Mason flips Aaron Jones at some point during this summer in ADP. It's already getting close. If we look at the Vikings, Jones is 83, Mason is 95, and Mason was, he's rising. And I still like Aaron Jones too. I think they have different roles. But I think Mason has a huge standalone value and a huge contingent value. So where he's priced with a, older Aaron Jones, not that I'm counting him out because of his age, but just because Aaron Jones, it's not like he's going up against Travion Henderson, which is like the bear case against a guy like Ramondre, who was a 4th round draft pick, never, a day 3 guy, never like an elite guy, just kind of got the work. But now you have a Trayvon Henderson going up against Ramondre versus the situation with the Packers, where Jones has always been. Speaking of Trayvon Henderson, should I get him here? I don't want to go. I'm gonna go James Conner. I haven't taken James Conner in a minute, and I love James Conner too. No, it's Addison here. I had to look at the ADP. It's gonna be Addison here. Well, okay, I got it. Somehow I fat fingered it, but I still get Jordan Addison. I think it makes a ton of sense to get Addison on this one with my Amon-Ra for the week 17. And Addison's a spike week guy too. He can smash. Doesn't hurt to have 5 stud wide receivers with insane spike week ability in Amon-Ra, Nico, Devontae Adams, Calvin Ridley, Jordan Addison. Incredible stuff. Love it. Breece Hall for the anchor 1-5 build so far through 6 picks. Love James Conner. Love Trayvon Henderson. Easily could have taken either of those guys. But on this build this time, from the 12 spot, I'm going to go with Calvin Ridley and Jordan Addison there. Calvin Ridley at pick 60. Love it. I need a piece of strange. The badgeless wild card strike again. Yeah, you know. Sometimes it's the badgeless wild card. Sometimes it's the badged up bro. Like Cullen in this last one, star methoding for the epic star method fail. So it goes both ways. What up, FK? How we doing tonight, brother? Hope you're doing good. Appreciate you being here. Ripping drafts on a Sunday night. Feels good. I've got a lot of energy. Just came back from my vacation in Wisconsin. Boom. Twitter seems pretty dead right now. It's because we just had the NBA Finals. People are already sick about hearing about that. There's a lot of other trash on Twitter right now that I'm sure you guys don't want to get into. Don't want to worry about. But we're drafting teams. We're getting after it. You know, draft early morning, draft late at night, draft whenever you can. Get the volume in. I mean, that's what I got to do. Ooh, Who Hames. Another vote of confidence for the Jordan Mason picks, of course. And it's Naylor. I mean, I can't with the Naylor. I've been in on Naylor for a long time, and it's tough. Even when he had the touchdowns, he just never put any big performances together. So it's like, hits your lineup, but you wouldn't want him to. He puts up like 9-10 points. Dirty. What up, Bobby? No. I mean, there's an argument you can make for kind of like what I did in the last draft, taking a rookie with rushing upside or taking a rushing upside quarterback, even at all, like a Justin Fields or Hurts, and not having them stacked. That can work out fine. But the whole theory, the whole idea on these pocket passers, so think of a guy like Joe Burrow. Is Joe Burrow's not going to hit in a week without one of his main receivers completely going off, right? Jeez. What am I going to do here? I'm probably going to go tight end with Hawkinson and then take one of Mooney or Downs. And it's going to be Mooney this time. I love Downs too. I need to get more Downs, but I could take Baker Mayfield too, which would be hilarious, but I don't have a way to get there because I didn't have Evans. Man, I do like Downs here. Downs at pick 85 feels really good, but I'm going to go back to Mooney. I've already gotten Devontae Adams. I've been watching Michael Penix Jr. fall in every draft room tonight. I've got a ton of QB options coming up. I can take Goff, Stroud, Stafford, Ward, which I probably should do, McCarthy, wouldn't hate it, Penix. I mean, I've already set myself up for McCarthy with a double stack. So if I don't get Goff, I might be playing it through that way. I think I do prioritize Goff, though. So then, yeah, to finish that thought, Bobby, stacking is a huge part of increasing your bet, doubling down on a player. So I took Amon-Ra St. Brown in the first round. You don't have to have him stacked, but it feels good. It's going to help you out. It's going to lower the amount of things you have to get right. If you take a Jared Goff with your Amon-Ra and make him one of your QBs on your team, because then you're saying, okay, I just need Jared Goff and Amon-Ra to be the guys you need to win in Week 17, kind of like how you needed Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase last year to win it all. So potentially Justin Fields could outscore Jared Goff in Week 17, and Amon-Ra could still be the wide receiver 1 on the week. So you can get there in some different ways, but then you need two things to get right. You need Amon-Ra to be the number 1 receiver in Week 17, and you need Justin Fields to outscore Jared Goff, who just supported the number 1 receiver on the week. So now you have 2 bets you're having to make, versus if you just bet on the Lions. And then also we know team stacking is very powerful for scoring throughout the season. So it's, it's getting different, though, can be powerful in large field tournaments. So I see how you're thinking about that, and as a way to get different. And I like the thought of it. But no, I'm very much into stacking as much as I can, even with the Week 17 and Week 16 bringbacks to some extent. I'm pretty in on those. But team stacking, I'm super in on, and then stacking my receivers or my pass catchers with my quarterbacks, I like to do as much as possible. I even like to team stack where I'll take running backs with QBs and other skill position players that I've taken, just in case the teams outperform. What if, for example, the Texans have a huge bounce back season and Stroud's the MVP of the whole season of the NFL? You're going to want Nico. You're going to want other pieces like Mixon. You're going to want pieces that come along, expensive parts of the offense. Maybe Higgins is a great rookie piece. So that's what that's about. Let me make these next 2 picks. 108, 109. Goff is there. I grab Goff. I'm going to pass on Dak. I don't have a great way to play him here without any stackable pieces. Maybe Dak's just, a good QB for the whole season, but I can't really get there. So I'm going to go Goff. And then Trey Harris is nice, but I already have 6 pass catchers. I don't have to get him. I feel like I do want a running back here. Scadaboo's who I've got ranked the highest. Makes a lot of sense. Najee makes a lot of sense too for this build. Go Scadaboo. Scadaboo over Najee seems crazy. Not for me. I think it's the fun way to play it. Go for upside. Go for a guy who had over 1,500 rushing yards, over 500 receiving yards in FBS last year. First person to do it since Christian McCaffrey. Also just a dog. Just incredibly hard to bring down. So, I mean, anytime that you can draft a build that goes like this, it goes 1, 2, 6, 1 through 10 rounds with Jared Goff stacked with Amon-Ra, Breece Hall, Cam, Scadaboo, I mean, hey, maybe you can catch him, but shit, you're not gonna be able to tackle that guy. Not a chance. He's finding the end zone. The Giants could be fun to watch. Neighbors, Scattaboo, Dart. That could be the future. And then Abdul Carter. I mean, the Giants could be fun to watch. Kind of reminds me of what the Texans whipped up in 2023, taking a QB and an edge rusher in the first round. You know, that's the playbook right there. Defensive rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year for the Texans. I mean, that could be the playbook. So the Giants could be fun to watch. I really liked Scattaboo from his college days and then as an NFL prospect. Not the greatest news about like, oh, he's potentially, injured, working on an injury, but I mean, we got plenty of time. He should be ready. Should be good to go. Kind of expensive way to play it with 2 week 6 buys. I probably don't take McCarthy on this one. I got a double stacked, but I'm using those as the bringbacks with Goff. So I like McCarthy more with Justin Jefferson. He goes anyways. He gets drafted. I'm definitely going to take Stroud here to go with Nico. And then if I go 3 quarterbacks later, it can be Penix. It can be Ward. It could be Stafford, much cheaper. I think I'll do that. And then, man, based on my ranks, not a lot of running backs left around here. If I get Spears, that plays into my thinking of getting Ward later. I just even without Ward, I'm already team stacking on the Titans. So Stroud to go with Nico, and then Loveland or Kraft or Goddard. I like those guys. I've got Hawkinson. I don't have to get one of those guys on this one. And then receivers, I don't need another receiver. Let me get some Tajay Spears. It's been a while since I clicked him. I've got a good amount of exposure to him, but it's been a while. You could call this a weak running back room. I just call it a anchor RB with Breece Hall. Upside rookie with Scattaboo, a guy that I like a lot. And then Spears can spike, can do something. And if you guys have seen the coach speak on Cam Scattaboo from Dayball, it's a lot of high praise. It's a lot of them excited to draft him, to use him in goal line situations and high value touch situations. He can catch, he can get you some yak. He can get you some yards after contact for sure. So if Ashton Genty just didn't exist, it would have been the Cam Scattaboo, I mean, he's not the only RB in the class, but he would have been like one of the guys based on his yardage totals and his touchdown totals from last season that would have been getting a lot of hype for like potential Heisman stuff. In my mind, obviously Travion, Amarian Hampton, Quinshon Judkins, incredible backs at the top end of this draft. But throughout this draft class, a lot of really strong running backs. You guys are crazy. Dirty's got a good way to put it, right? That makes a lot of sense. So Dirty says essentially what I was saying, but a lot more succinct and well thought out. Consolidate your bets. That's part of what it takes. Or you just have the crystal ball and you know exactly which players to take. And then you get incredible luck through pod luck and you still make it through. Yeah, the small final size. You get to the finals, maybe there's 100 Jamar Chase teams. Probably not. Maybe there's 50 Jamar Chase teams. Maybe there's 20. You're going to want to have a strong one. You know ball, sir. Yeah. On real time. Where's Thad? Hashtag QBs matter. If you say QB, if everyone types right now hashtag QBs matter in the chat, he'll show up. I guarantee it. It's like a bat signal. Oh, Cam Ward went. I didn't see that. Where did Cam Ward go? I thought he was still there. I thought it was going to be like the perfect... $147. How am I blind to that pick? Where'd it go? What? Oh, it's not showing. It's where did Cam Ward go? $127. I was so confused. I think I saw it happen with Herbert McCarthy, but then I started talking about McCarthy and I forgot the Cam Ward went early. That's fine. I mean, still the team bet with Spears and Calvin Ridley. Feels good. That's so funny, though. Cam Ward wasn't even there. But I get Stafford. Stafford with Devontae Adams makes a ton of sense. I get the Mooney bring back. So, I mean, maybe... I've got two nice game stacks with two of my favorite Week 17 games at Minnesota for Detroit Lions, at Atlanta on Monday Night Football for the Los Angeles Rams. Probably don't need to worry too much about the Chargers Week 17 game with the Texans, but I at least have the Nico Stroud connection for the whole season. This team is cooking. There's a lot of stacking in this one, a lot of correlation, a lot of good pieces that I like. Playing catch up at running back feels like the way to do it. You can be strong at receiver, pretty strong at QB, pretty decent at tight end too if you get Hawkinson, if you believe in that. Oh, good luck, Fantasy Dog. Keep that thing on you. You know what I mean? Always strapped. Yeah, ball knowers in the chat. Yo, what up, Jim? I love to hear it. You're in the right place. This is, it's actually not an intervention for Jordan Mason drafters. This is a hype party. Maybe we'll have the intervention in like week... I mean, I was going to say like week 5. But even then, if Jordan Mason isn't hitting by week 5, he can still hit later in the season. So there's no bad time to be in on Jordan Mason. Maybe we'll come back this time next year, see how it played out. Pretty confident we're going to like what we see. And at his cost, it's not the end of the world. So it's a great place to take a flyer on a player who showed out in 2024. Coach Kevin O'Connell liked what he saw. Went out and got his guy. So I would have liked Dowdle there. I wanted Dowdle there for sure. Chubb's kind of interesting for the team stack. I kind of like that. A little bit expensive, but everything's cheap here. Or do I get Noel? I don't know. Do I actually like Chubb? I don't actually know if I want. Yeah, I'll take Chubb there, and then take Hunter. I feel really strong just having Nico and Nico and Amon-Ra, both with Goff and Stroud. I don't need to force these secondary pieces on the Texans or the Lions because Noel might be a great pick, but also he's a rookie. He'd be my 7th receiver. Still could be a good pick. Might be if he's there my next pick, I'll probably almost definitely get him. But realistically, what are the odds he outscores, these 4 or 5 guys have already got going, these 6 guys have already got going just in week 17, not in any given week. Any given week, maybe he outscores them, hits the lineup once or twice. I don't know. I've made my bet on Nico Collins for week 17 with Stroud, or even just for the season long. And then I made my bet on the week 17 games with the Lions and the Vikings and the Rams and the Falcons. So I get another piece with Jarquez Hunter in that game. I think he has standalone value. I think he's also on a great offense. And then you never know. If Kyron for some reason got phased out, I don't see that happening because they love him. McVay likes him a lot. Or if his role gets reduced or gets injured, who knows? Hunter, Corum probably split the workload. Hunter gets a lot of work. I think he has standalone value. So 3-6-6-1 build so far. Gonna get at least one more tight end. Not gonna be Dalton Schultz, that's for sure. And then Jalen Noel went anyways, but just take one more wide receiver and one more tight end, call it a day. I think that's the way to play it. And like I said, I already had some options. Didn't need to force secondary receivers for Stroud or Goff. There is one receiver who goes late for Goff. It's not a bad choice. There's also a couple options for Stafford late. At least one that I can think of. So I need a tight end. Conklin makes sense. Juwan Johnson makes sense. Okonkwo makes sense. I might go Okonkwo. Ferguson would make sense. Ooh, I kind of like that too. Do I just stop with these 6 receivers? Let me see. 1, 2, 3. I could just stop with these 6 receivers. But then Madison missed 3 games. 5 receivers for the first couple games. I think it could work. Make a decision. I kind of want Tutu Atwell. So then him and Ferguson with Hawkinson. Hawkinson and Ferguson. And then Atwell. Probably Atwell. And then just not use Conklin, Juwan Johnson. I thought about all those guys. I kind of just wanted to go Ferguson there. See what happens. A little bit of a punt tight end for my tight end too. But stacked up nice. Maybe it's a late. It's more than just covering my week 6 bye. It's a late season play for a guy that could have a lot of upside. Who knows with the Rams? Atwell, another piece. Just being in on the Rams feels kind of fun. A lot of Rams pieces in this one actually. Tons of Rams. So Rams onslaught, and then playing my first 2 overall picks through QB stacks. We'll see what James kind of ended up. James ended up with Genty, BTJ, Mike Evans, JSN, Harvey like that. Rome, Jaden Reed looks nice there. Baker get the stack. Tyrone, Caleb Williams get the stack. Jordan Love get the stack. Bring it back with, on the way back around with Tucker Kraft for the back stack. I like that. Tank Bigsby, Ferguson, Kate Otten, Pierce, Kareem Hunt, and Westbrook at the Kine. It's a pretty fun team. I don't draft a lot of Kareem Hunt. I don't draft a lot of Kine. I do like the Alec Pierce pick. These are good tight ends. Good combo of QBs. A lot of wide receiver firepower. And then Genty and RJ Harvey. 2 of the most fun rookie picks. He goes Tracy. I go Scadaboo. Nice. Oh, I've got 4 left after this. So that was my 16th. Got 4 left. How many do you have left? You guys already max it? Christian McCaffrey. And they've been paying Brock Purdy. They've been paying Brandon Ayuk. They let Debo go. They're paying up for some pieces. They're not going to pay up. They've already paid Christian McCaffrey. They're not going to pay up for another running back. Because Jordan Mason's due up for a contract, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. Seth, what up, brother? Max earlier also be in. Appreciate you. Buffalo and Miami. Steph, how you doing? Hope you're having a great night. Hope your Sunday's going well. I thought I was right catching up. I just realized this is what I put in the chat right before the draft started. My bad. I'll catch up now. Doing last ones as slows. RIP. Yeah, you guys are way ahead. I knew you would be. First Schnauzer. Okay, there we go. I liked your team too. Hold on to 1. I got 4 left. Yeah, that's a fun pull-up. I do like that. Someone shouted that. Who shouted that one? Oh, somebody shouted that out. It was the first time I'd heard it. Oh, it was it Tyler? Did Emo Cowboy shout that one out? Was that one of his ideas? Or who said that? I liked it though. Someone said it on stream pretty recently. I thought it was really smart. Pancakes, getting the stacks. The Bindles. Shout out to the Bindles channel. Make sure you're there tomorrow night, Monday, 9:30. Neil Orfield's coming on for Ballsy. Gonna be fun. Megan, yeah, my Bane reference. I gotta work on it. I memorized it at one point. I've already forgotten it. Been a long day. What can you say? I was born in the 12th spot. Brother, all good. Appreciate you being here. With the no name. I must have said something. With the no badge. It's all good. Oh, that's good. Process was in here too. I recognize drafting with him. I don't know if I know who that is though in the yeah, Steph. Not surprised. Max a while ago. Makes a ton of sense. Oh, appreciate you, Matt. Yeah, okay. BTJ and JT, probably none, honestly. But I do like that idea. I'd have to get into a BTJ draft to see, or I'd have to go onto the bestballoverlay.com, which I could do. I could pull it up. But I don't know that I've done that yet. I don't know that I've done it yet. To pull up BTJ and then get JT where he usually goes, or just pull them both up to the 12th spot, something like that. Don't tap it twice. It's smart. Yeah, the garage is a vibe. It's a mental state. It's it literally was the garage beginning of last draft season, and then when I started draft season 2023, it was literally the garage. But it's more of a place. It's here. It's the chat channel. This is the office. We've upgraded. Oh shit, okay. Pressure's on. I might have one, now that you mention it. Speaking of, I need to get my submission in. Is it due July 1st? Or is it due the end of July? I'll have to look that up, but I gotta submit my fantasy best ball lineup, no doubt. It's free, gotta do it. true. This is true. Yes, James, you caught this. I caught it a couple rounds later, but that's crazy. Hey, what up, Pat? Hope you're doing good. Very fun trip. Feeling great. Feeling refreshed. Touching some grass. Hitting the lake. Chilling. Back to drafting. Back in the garage. Yeah, very fun time. Wisconsin, great. Fun in the summer. Appreciate you, my man. Yes. Oh, way. Got him. Yeah. Yeah, look who's talking. Dirty. Hit him dirty. Yeah, it was pod luck. That is literally what happened. Oh my, it was pod luck. That was an insane episode. You don't know what we're talking about? The Best Ball Jeopardy that Fanspeak Network puts on Wednesday nights. Incredible format, incredibly fun. I'm in the winners bracket. Didn't already know. I didn't mention it. But Pat went off against the one of the other GOATs. I mean, two legends facing off. Bindles versus Pat. And Bindles just like was on. I mean, they both were on fire. Answered practically every question right. It was a great show. Did really well. And speaking of, boom. There he is, Bindles. But yeah. Destroyed the Jeopardy board. Put up two of the highest scoring performances of the entire season so far. But someone had to win, someone had to lose. So check that one out if you haven't seen it. Fanspeak Network. Steve was live earlier. I don't know if he's still live now. He was live earlier doing some super flex drafts. Always fun stuff. And they just put out another new article for the Fanspeak Best Ball subscription. Check it out. I'm a subscriber. I love it. Love the articles. Great rankings. All different formats. Meg and Steve put out some really good content. So if you're into best ball, if you're like me, you like quick reads, actionable information, it's a good Substack to be a part of. Oh, hilarious. Mental state. That's what the therapist says. Well, you know. Yes. Yes. True. Let's review this one and get right back into another 20-second schnauzer. I mean, most of you guys have maxed it, it seems. But we got to get this thing going. 3672. The Goff back with the Monroe, the first pick. Nico back with Stroud. I ended up taking Nick Chubb. I almost never take Nick Chubb. I did it, just felt like the one to do it on Matthew Stafford with not only Devontae Adams. I took Tutu, I took Ferguson, and I took Jarquez Hunter, who I really like. Got a bunch of Jarquez Hunter. Running backs, Breece Hall, Scattaboo. Anchored down, took some late running backs. Maybe that's why I took Chubb. It's like I felt like I needed some veterans to balance out this team in some ways. I don't know. Eckler, just always a decent pick. Spears. I thought I could still get Cam Ward, but he went like 20 picks ahead of ADP. Amon-Ra, Nico, Devontae Adams. All three of my first three receivers are stacked up with the quarterback. Feels appropriate. Ridley, spike week guy. Addison, bring back, and a spike week guy. Mooney, spike week guy, bring back. So there's a theme here. And then Atwell, team stacked. Hawkinson, Ferguson. A lot of good pieces on this one. A little bit thin at tight end, but Hawkinson needs to be that guy. Let's get back into it. $20 seconds. 20 seconds. Let's get into it. So I put it in the chat. I'm entering now. Waiting on 10. You guys are probably in the room before. If that happened, good luck double tabling. is all I have to say. Appreciate y'all being here. Hope you're having a great Sunday night. Hope your summer's going good. And hope you got some plans to look forward to, some travel plans, some vacation, something. Like I was saying, I just got back from mine in Wisconsin. Super fun. Good time. The kitten shirt goes hard. Strike fear into the enemies. You never know who you're going to draft against. You might be drafting against a guy wearing a shirt full of kittens, channeling the energy, spirit animal. Anytime I ever say spirit animal, it reminds me of Hot Rod. I mean, incredible movie. Andy Samberg, Hot Rod. So quotable. Came out at the perfect timing. I've seen that movie like 10 times. Came out at the right time for me. It's a classic comedy. Incredible movie. Spirit animal. Power of. Bottlenose dolphin. House cat. Seth, need 4 for a 20-second elim for those who've maxed the schnow. Good shout. Go fill those elims. I need to get more elim volume up too. Next time we get another guest on the channel, which is going to be real soon. Got some guys lined up, so real soon. Got to get another elim in. Sentry's in here. What up, James? Vape Smoke. Vape Nation. The Vape God. Oh, got David in here. What up, David? D. Lutomsky, aka Lumpsky, aka David. How we doing? How's your Sunday going? What's up? Ape Bombers? That kind of seems familiar too, but I don't know exactly who that is. And I'm in the 11th spot. So what else is new? Dicey seems familiar too. In the 11th spot. Is this the team? Okay, this could be it. This could be the one. Yeah. Yeah, just for this one, James and I are going to switch spots. He's in the 12. I'm in the 11. Flip-flop what happened last time. But I was telling you, it's like, could this be the Jamar Chase team? Most certainly not. I'll get the 12 spot or the 11 spot 10 times before I get the 1 spot. Not really complaining. I kind of like how teams look from the back end of the draft board. For some reason, it's kind of hard to pull off insanely good teams from the 1 spot. Even though you get Jamar Chase, the selection at the 2-3 turn is not bad. Something about getting further down the board. It's really kind of like picks 8 and 9. Sometimes 10 and 11. If you don't need a QB in 10 and 11, there's pretty slim pickings at wide receiver and running back. You can reach for a tight end there. Brian Thomas already went. I'll do it. I'll mix in some Genty. Pure rankings. I mean, I like the receivers better. We'll see what comes back around. We'll see what happens. So I guess I did move Achane back up to 11, and then London showing at 15. I just need to move him up more. That's the one. I haven't moved up yet. Was London. Genty Nico. Thought about London for a second. Thought about HN for a second. Genty Nico. I'm gonna refresh so the best ball overlay pops back up and shows my combos. Genty, 13 teams, 10% drafted. A lot of Mooney on those. I mean, a lot of Mooney on a lot of my drafts. I know I've got him with Nico before, right? Yeah. In what looks like a few drafts. So, hey, I tried to do it. I tried to go BTJ, and I was going to pull up JT. Looks like I couldn't get there. Brian Thomas goes in the 10 spot. Yeah, you see how Drake London and Achan typically go like one after another, picks 15, picks 16, whatever, that kind of range. It just makes so much sense that you would want to have combos of those two guys, you know, all over wherever you can get it. So like Achan, London, Collins seem like great candidates to, in a time box contest like this one, potentially get different, take them on a different side of the board, because all three of these guys could honestly win you a week. And what's the difference? This is a format where you're trying to win week 17. Try to win a week. All three of these guys can win you a week just as often as a guy that's going 5 picks ahead of him goes. So kind of my thinking. Nope. Bro, you don't like the kitten shirt? You think this is creepy? Not only. Okay, true story. Fantasy dogs, like, that's what my therapist says. Shout out to therapist. My wife's a therapist. Dr. Candy in the house. Speaking of, this is my wife's shirt that she wore in college when we were dating. So this is my girlfriend's shirt. And it's comfort colors. And it's got the kittens on it. So it non-ironically, I'll rep the shirt because, I mean, you have to be real ballsy, a real stud to pull off a shirt with half a dozen kittens on the front of it. Powder blue, comfort colors tee. I've worn this out in public. Also, I have a 2, almost 3-year-old daughter. She loves this shirt. Everyone loves this shirt. I love this shirt too, though. Very comfortable, fashionable. Terry McLaurin at this. I mean, I think I have to do it. I would have loved Mike Evans. Gosh, Mike Evans goes 1 pick before me again. It was James in the last draft grabbing Evans. Now, Godchild 1K gets Evans, right? I wanted Mike Evans. I was trying to do it. Y'all are hilarious. A Korat? Is that the cat hybrid thing? Let me know. I have no idea what a Korat is. Is that a car? I don't think it's a car. I haven't heard of it. Is that the cat hybrid? Brees Hall again? I'm gonna go Jaden Daniels. Or T-Mac. I'm gonna go Jaden Daniels. Jaden, it makes sense. Jaden Daniels, Genty, Nika Collins, McLaurin. That's the way I like it. I take a fair amount of Jaden Daniels. I take a fair amount of McLaurin too. I get them both. That's the combo I want. A Korat. What is a Korat? I'm gonna search it. Yeah, it's a cat. What is a Korat? It's a certain type of cat. I don't have a cat. I'm not well versed on the cat. It's a rare ancient breed of domestic cat originating from Thailand, specifically in a certain province called Korat by locals. It's one of the oldest stable cat breeds. That's incredible. 14th century. Thai manuscripts. Okay, now I have to Google what this looks like. This is a really cool sounding cat. I've never heard of this. This is like one of those beer trivia questions that like would come up somehow. Oh, that's a beautiful cat. I've seen these cats. Okay. We're going to look at a Korat. That's a Korat. Really, really good looking cat. Really pretty. Like this one, his name's Smokey. This is Gray Gray. That's also Smokey. Another Gray Gray. This one is, they call him Greeny because of the eyes. Oh, sometimes they have like amber eyes. That's cool too. That's a cool cat. I never knew that. I never knew what it was called. I was just looking. I was like, is there a Korat on my shirt? Probably not. Interesting. The all gray. Yeah, that's a really cool looking cat. That's a Russian blue. You guys are cat lovers. Underdog app. Only dogs. Oh, 59. Gotta be Harvey. Shoot, Waddle's there. Let me grab some more Waddle. Get some Waddle. I need a receiver anyways, and actually Waddle makes a ton of sense. I think he does have a bounce back here. I hope he does at least. If Harvey's there, fine. If not, I mean, I like a lot of these running backs. I like Travion. I love James Conner. He goes. He gone. Addison. I don't mind Addison. I like Addison too. Could use some more Godwin. Been saying it. Let me go Harvey. Between Harvey and Henderson, just who's on the better team? I don't know. Probably the Broncos. They're a playoff contender. Maybe the Patriots can be exciting too. Swift at 63. I mean, that's a very savvy pick. I think it's not a bad pick. But it's just ahead of ADP is all. Okay, through my first 6 picks. Ashton Genty, Nico Collins, Terry McLaurin, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Waddle, RJ Harvey. I'm pretty sure James had Genty and Harvey on his last team in the last draft. So we've kind of swapped picks. We've swapped teams a little bit. I had Waddle in the first draft. I'll get him again here. Trying to up my Waddle exposure. He's a player I need to move up my ranks just a little bit. I need to be a little bit higher on the Dolphins. What if they just bounce back? Everyone's healthy. A Russian blue. I've heard of that. Was that one that was on my shirt or one that I showed? Blues have fatter faces, I think. Okay. Let's go back to the... Well... Yeah, might as well. Russian blue. Oh, is that a Russian blue? The fatter face. Oh, the Korat. Oh, shoot. That's a Russian blue. Well, Russian blue looks good to me. What were... Is the Korat? There's the Korat. You're telling me they have pictures of Russian blues in the Korat section? Google's so unreliable these days. It's really gone downhill. But also, shout out to Google. Big fan of the YouTube product. Please don't. Please, I don't even know what I'm begging for. It's not like YouTube does anything for me. But they do host the stream, so shout out. That's something. I don't know. But also, on our way to 500 subs. Help me out. Make sure you're subbed. Make sure you hit the like. Come into the chat. Say what up. Come draft with you, boy. Ask your fantasy football questions. Ask your cat questions. Learn something new every day. Always getting sharper. Always becoming a better drafter. A lot of cat bros in the chat. Not just underdogs. We got some cat lovers. I don't have a cat. My mom's allergic to cats. And true story. My mom told me my whole life I was allergic to cats too. So I never asked for a cat, never had a cat. Turns out, because you can't go your whole life without touching a cat, I eventually touched cats, and I am not allergic to cats. Come to find out. My mom just was allergic / doesn't prefer them. But I mean, it makes sense. If like you are allergic, like you're not going to want to be around them. So hilarious though to me to find out. I was like, hey, I'm actually not allergic to cats. But and I found out because I was around cats. But also that reminds me, when I was dating my now wife in college, she used to illegally foster cats in her college apartment, which didn't allow animals. I always thought that was really cool. Big fan of taking care of animals. Okay, I went Mooney last time. I'm going to go downs on this one. So what she would do is she would go to the local animal shelter in Austin and grab up a fresh litter of kittens without a mom. They were up for adoption, like 3 or 4 cats. And then she would take care, her and her college roommates would take care of these cats in their college apartments. And she did it for like 3 years, all throughout college. And never got caught. The apartment complex never knows there's cats in there because they're indoor cats. And you just raise them and you give them back to the shelter to be adopted once they're like a certain age, or they get adopted off of their profile from like their online profile that's out there. So that was pretty cool. So we used to go over to her apartment and hang out with the kittens. Got the shirt on. A lot of backstory to this shirt. Now you know. I don't know if you want to know, but now you know. We're also drafting best ball teams all summer long. Make sure you're here for it. If you're drafting teams, if you like talking ball, fantasy football, asking your fantasy football draft strategy questions, come get after it. Hang with us, draft some teams, talk about cats. Apparently, that's the thing, that the chat is undefeated. They pretty much know everything about anything. So the cat topic, a Russian blue, a Karat. Next time I hang out with one of my friends that has a cat, I'll be able to go a little bit deeper. Probably the same thing, or no? Who knows? It sounds like the Karat is like a very specific thing. How am I going to play this one? I already have Jaden Daniels, so I can just kind of do whatever. QB2 doesn't matter too much. Need to get some more RBs. Got the 2 rookies that are really fun, but need to get some more RBs sooner than later. And then probably a punt tight end, since I went the elite QB option route. And look who's there, a 3rd rookie running back. Ingram's kind of a fun way to play, though. I'm not going to force every time, and I guess he has been falling a little bit. What was his ADP there? 105. So I'm still getting him right at ADP. I have him ranked higher than that, more aggressive than that, but I need to move him down just a little bit. It doesn't really matter. Tier-wise, he's still in the same tier, like him or Charbonnet, or Mondre. Tootin', just keep going rookies. maybe I do take one of Charbonnet or Ramondre here. Nah, it's a little bit earlier for Ramondre. He might come back around. Who knows? Sometimes he falls too. I'm on the end, so I got to make some decisions. Ingram, another bet on the Broncos that I've already kind of built out, but I did pass up. I mean, that was the last draft. I passed up on Cortland Sutton. Small issue with the Week 12 bye. Probably won't take another Week 12 receiver if I don't have to. Didn't get the tight end there. Like I said, gonna punt tight end. Thought about it. And then I take Cam Scattaboo over Zach Charbonnet. Third rookie running back on this team out of 3. So, hey, it's a good running back class. Maybe just guys you need. Not the most expensive in Cam Scattaboo. The Harvey pick's pretty expensive. And then Genty, of course, is the ultimate inexpensive rookies this season. But Christian McCaffrey consistently going pick 8, or earlier. The new thing. People are back in on McCaffrey. So that would, what that tells you though is, and I honestly believe this, if Christian McCaffrey's ADP is pick 7, pick 8, and you know that, so it's pick 8 right now, 8.2. You know that 40% of drafters are out on Christian McCaffrey. They say things like, well, I'm not out on him, I'm not fading him, but I'm only going to draft him if he goes in round 2. Well, he's not going in round 2. So it means if you're saying that, you're not drafting him, you're not getting him. People, well, he's older, he still could be injured, yada. So average draft position, if that many people are saying that about him, that's keeping him at pick 8. He needs to be going at pick 4, pick 5, 3 overall. So sooner than later, I'm going to keep McCaffrey 1 or 2 picks ahead of ADP the entire summer. If he's going pick 5, I'll take him pick 4. I'm going to be 12% McCaffrey. I hope I am right now. I don't think I am right now. So I need to put my money where my mouth is. No, I'm 11%, and this is a week old, so I'm close to 12% McCaffrey. I wouldn't tell you guys something I don't believe in, but I don't know. I don't always have the opportunity to draft that way. But then proved it. There it is. So that's what I think. I'm in on McCaffrey. If you're out on McCaffrey, just don't draft him then. But easily could burn you. Easily could be a guy you need to crush in 2025, and could be a guy that wins any given week, whether that's week 17 or week 16, to get you there. What has James got for QB? He's got Lamar Jackson, and then he's got a bunch of other receivers that don't really overlap with me in any way. Take one of these guys or both of these guys. I'm going to just do one of these guys and do Stroud. One of these guys and do Stroud, and then I'll figure out my next pick. I probably could have taken like a skill position player before I took Stroud. But I honestly didn't know where I wanted to go with this one. He goes Love, so maybe he's going to go Kraft here. I think he could. Yeah, Kraft there. That makes sense. I like that. For him, I could have done it there. I could have gone Kraft and Love instead of Stroud with Nico. Dobbins and lock up the Broncos. Kirk for the double stack. I'll go Kirk for the double stack. I thought about locking down the Broncos RB 1 and 2. Might have to do that in the future on a team. Thought about going Loveland. I like Loveland a lot. I got a ton of him though. He's gotten a lot cheaper. Geez, I have 7 receivers already. Okay. Probably done at receiver, honestly, then. I forgot I had so many. It was the Trey Harris pick and the Josh Downs pick. Could be done with the 2 QBs. Could be done easily with 7 receivers. Got a hammer. Gotta get some running backs soon. I mean, I have Genty, though, and Harvey, so not really that far behind. Tight end is what I'm punting anyways. Sweet. I like this so far. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. It's tough. It's really tough to get Zay Flowers to come back around to the spot where Lamar Jackson is going. They don't quite connect yet, but they should be connecting soon. Rarely people can pull it off. You get Lamar in this 39 and 40 range. Very rarely you can get Zay Flowers back around pick 58, 59, 60 kind of range. It happens though, but that's a nice stack. Otherwise, there's some ways. I mean, Andrews didn't quite come back around. That kind of unfortunate. And then same thing with Bateman. Looks like Bateman went 111. I mean, what you'd expect. Maybe James is not really in on Bateman. He goes Javonte there. Strange 149. I've seen Strange going early tonight. But to the Trevor Lawrence drafter at 140, it's a nice spot to get him. I think I was a little worried too. But Godwin is just good. If he's good. Maybe he's healthy. I'm back on the clock. Didn't see that coming, actually. It was too quick. Dowdle's my top-ranked running back. Who else is there? I don't want Roshan. We go tight end, and it's Ertz. Well, either one of these picks. I'm gonna take both of these guys, but there's a ton of QBs that are all jamming up the ADP, and then I don't need a receiver, and I don't want any of these guys. Beat Roshan. Roshan or Wright? No, I'll take Dowdle, even though it's like way ahead of ADP. I like the Dowdle pick. And then I will get Ertz. Did I take... No, see, I didn't... I don't need another QB. And the ones that I took, it's just not the right timing. Boom, Ertz. Where did the tight ends go? I guess Frymuth was there. Where did the tight ends go? I don't mind reaching up for Dowdle or Ertz with those 2 picks. I think they are, that's where I have them ranked. I think they're both good picks in this range. Draft capital curve flattens after pick 140 anyways, so I'm not really missing out on much ADP value, if any. Closing line value, who knows? But it's late enough in the draft. I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going for what works for this team. I think Dowdle's a nice piece on this team. I think he's a good piece on any team. Goes pretty cheap. And then Ertz, obviously the stack with Daniels. So get him before someone else has a chance to. There's a small chance Ertz would have been there with my next pick. Probably not worth the risk considering he's the guy I like the most there. And in this round, it's going to be a ton of tight ends and quarterbacks to go. Like we're seeing a lot of other tight ends. So he's the guy I preferred there. And I already took like a 7th receiver through 12 rounds. So definitely pump the brakes a little bit for the receivers. And then just, if I even take one more, it'd be like the last round or second to last round. Russian blues are hypoallergenic. Yeah. Maybe late 60s, maybe late 70s. Yeah, but he's going, it goes a little bit earlier. I think he could if he starts on PUP, or if we find out some bad news about his injury progression. He's gonna fall. So maybe that's when we get back on our Godwin. But you gotta want to sprinkle him in all throughout the off season, all throughout the draft season, because you're gonna want him on different types of teams, different types of team builds. You take them all in August because there's good news then, and his price is rising, or there's bad news, his price is falling. You're only gonna have him on like limited amounts of your teams, limited types of your teams. Yeah, the Godwin, the deal, right? BKGJ, what's up, brother? Finally managed to build the blueprint of a team I think has the most upside. That's nice. Are you on Twitter? If you're on Twitter, share it there. At me. If you want to, or you can tell me here. Tell us what you built here. It might be kind of long form, hard to show here, but I'll throw it up on Twitter. Check it out. Man, Cam Ward 174, and this one went 124 in the previous draft. That's crazy. Tua also falls a bit. And also BKJG and everyone else, make sure you follow me on Twitter at FFB Garage. Know when I'm going live. Know when other people are putting out great best ball content, great fantasy content. I try to, curate a little bit towards that, but and then make sure you hit the like on the stream. I don't know what we're at right now, but we got a decent number earlier, but we can get higher. This is the 4th draft we've done tonight. We can put up some numbers. No. Yeah, Miles Sanders. I didn't. I threw K. Dot in there last second, but I don't know why I did that. I don't really want K. Dot and take Miles Sanders. I don't know. Is it the Dark Horse Hunter team? It might be, but maybe not yet. I think I'll take Otten because he's good. Boom, Otten. And then I'm going to go let the dog out. I'll be back in literally 12 seconds. Ooh, I could run the other Matthew Golden clip. We've already showed it. I've already showed Scatterboo clip too. Oh, holy shit. I didn't hit the Genty clip. I'm going to go let the dog out. Be right back. And I'm going to hit the Genty clip while we're at it. I can't believe I didn't play this. You guys are supposed to remind me on this one. Oh, she's back. I'm going to let her back in. On the phone, of course. Have the draft up. Boom. Have the YouTubes up. Making sure I didn't miss a pick, making sure staying up to date what's going on. Get the vibes back up. Get the music back going. The Genty clip, love it. Of course, classic. The first clip ever made. Back during all of the clips come from big board season. I haven't made a new clip in a while. Got to get back into the clip game at some point. Okay. Yeah, I got the other tight end. I got 2 picks left. Probably a tight end here. Ooh, Conklin makes a ton of sense. I'll take him. I think it's fine. There's the Gadsden hype. The Disley's still there. You know what? No, I'm going to go Juwan Johnson. Too many Week 12 buys. I already have Trey Harris. I don't need Conklin. I think he's fine. I got plenty, though. Let me get more Juwan Johnson. Maybe get some more Theo Johnson. He's a guy I don't have a ton of. But as I was saying it, I was like, yeah, Conklin. Then they got Gadsden and Disley. I'm like, you know what? Let's go Juwan Johnson. He's got no competition. I don't think I need another receiver. It could be a running back here. Any QBs available. Dart or Shuck. I don't know with that last pick. So I take Emmanuel Wilson. I like to sprinkle him in. I already had Matthew Golden, team level correlation. Got the double stack with the Texans, the bring back with Trey Harris, the double stack with Ertz and McLaurin, the Dallas bring back with Sanders. Look at the board. Let me check on my dog one sec. She is barking about something. Probably something. Sorry about that. Dog was barking. Didn't want her to wake everyone in the house up, of course. And she needed more water. She was out of water. Don't want to make her wait. Thirsty dog. Ooh, how did this one end up? JCM, Bill, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt does get drafted. I thought about it with the last pick there over Emmanuel Wilson, but took one of my guys, Emmanuel Wilson. Felt like a good move. Juwan Johnson, Kate Otten, Miles Sanders, slappy pick, slappy of the week. You listen to who doesn't? We all listen to ship chasing. We all listen to, of course, Jacob Sanderson, ADP chasing. Whatever version. This week it was ADP chasing because I saw the ship chasing show when I was on vacation. I watched it a day late. They did like the NFL coaches draft, and it was kind of hilarious. But on ADP chasing, Jacob, of course, was, and he has been, but he was talking about Miles Sanders there. He's getting steamed up. I mean, in the last week, I've seen Miles Sanders, and I steamed him up. I took him early here, but it made sense for this team. It's hard to get a Dallas piece late, and I almost didn't take another running back this late. But then, what else am I going to do? There's no QBs available. That made any sense for my team. This is the one I had Josh Downs on, so I was thinking about maybe slipping in some Daniel Jones. Wasn't there where I wanted him. I've been taking a little bit of Keenan Allen. I'm probably at like 8 or 9% Keenan Allen right now. So that's an update based on talking to some people, JT, the last couple weeks, and then just You guys too. But yeah, No Gray goes. Danny was really in on No Gray last Monday night. That's a player he likes to draft. So on Mahomes' team, I think I definitely would mix it in. I put Mahomes in the thumbnail just because it was easy to whip up. I already had it ready to go. So didn't get the luck though. We didn't draft a single Chiefs player, which I'm not surprised because like I have not been taking a ton of Chiefs. I think they're really expensive. I get Rashee Rice a good amount. I used to be at 20% Rashee Rice. It's been slowly falling off. Don't take a lot of Worthy. Don't take Pacheco often. Have more Mahomes than you would think, but just because of all the Rice. And then sometimes get Kelsey after that. Sometimes Brown after that. Smith, never really Royals, but never really Hunt, never really Gray. Or Elijah Mitchell, which I know are all guys that we all sometimes take. If you're taking a lot of Chiefs, you might be mixing in some Juju, Smith, Schuster, or even some Tyquan Thornton. Interesting. But yeah, just not a ton for me. I don't know. This team ended up being interesting. Like I said, the double stacks with Daniels, Stroud, a lot of rookie running backs, Genty, Harvey, Scattaboo up top, and then some veterans in the back to hold it down. Receivers got Waddle and Golden, Downs, Trey Harris. Some likable names. Stopped at 7 through 12 rounds with Christian Kirk. So that's kind of interesting too, just different. And then all late tight ends. I feel like I've taken Ertz, Otten, and Juwan Johnson together before. But just any variation of kind of these late guys seems to work for me. I don't mind it. There goes Chad. Definitely, I'm subbed. Okay, let's see. Caleb, JT, B-Rob, Tracy, Ray Davis, Giddens, Isaiah Davis. That's a stand. That's a stand right there. Chris Rodriguez. I mean, that's another stand. That's another interesting pick. Neighbors, DJ Moore, Myers, Pierce, D-Hop, Zacchaeus, Elijah Moore, Robinson, Pitts, Otten. That's a different team. That's like that'll get you real different for sure. I mean, half those players going to undrafted, it feels like. Isaiah Davis, Chris Rod, Zacchaeus, Elijah Moore, Demarcus Robinson, who's now famously on the 49ers, and one of the only healthy 49ers practicing in the receiver room. So that's like different for sure. Lumsky, yeah. We're doing some deep cat research in this one. Love it. The only cat, yeah. That's awesome. Incredible. Yeah. So don't have a Russian blue, but you know one. You're friends with one. Hilarious. And then I have to scroll so far back. We were talking about Crossface's Korat. I'll remember that. The Korat. Looks like a pretty cool cat. That's a pretty deep one. That's a pretty deep one for sure. You'd have to be fading the Mason Taylor hype to get there, and the Jeremy Ruckert, option. But it's not impossible. I think it's pretty deep though. Pretty deep cut. Appreciate y'all being here late on a Sunday night, 12:30 Central for me. Make sure if you haven't already, hit the like. Turn on notifications if you want to draft with us. Gonna be drafting all week. Tomorrow night on Bindles channel, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Ballsy with Neil Orfield. We're drafting a Best Ball Mania. I'll be there, of course, co-hosting. Hope to see you all there. Oldest team I ever drafted. Yeah, you got the Henry on that one. Some good pieces, though. Some good pieces. I thought you must be in on Javonte Williams because you took him at 109. And you took him over the opportunity to get Bateman stacked up with Lamar Jackson, which I like. I like stacking Bateman with Lamar Jackson a good amount. And you got Hopkins later, so it's all fine. And I love the Thielen pick. I like Thielen a bunch. I draft him a ton. Hopkins, I've come back around on Hopkins. I will draft Hopkins. I wasn't drafting Hopkins at all because when you're such a fan of Nuke, you know, when you've been drafting D-Hop for years, following him for years, you're a Texans fan, all that kind of stuff, you know, it's like you hate to be drafting guys out of their prime, but I think with the Ravens, he had showed some touchdown spikes last season, you know, late round flyer. It's fine. I need a Manny Wilson clip, that's for sure. Probably. I mean, I shouldn't be drafting him enough that I have a clip for him, but I kind of do. I mean, he had 3 games last season where he outscored Josh Jacobs, and he outscored a bunch of the rookies that we draft that are now sophomores last season. Blake Corum, Trey Benson. I don't think he outscored Ray Davis, but he came close. Let's fact check that one. So Ray Davis put up 107. Yeah, Ray Davis barely outscores him because he had the 6 touchdowns to Emmanuel Wilson's 5. Emmanuel Wilson 90 points, but more rushing yards, right? And more rushing touchdowns than Ray Davis. No, Ray Davis had more rushing yards. Okay, so Ray Davis is like the line. So wherever you're drafting Ray Davis, you could easily be drafting, in my mind. I mean, if we're just being objective about it. Ray Davis goes pick 125. Emmanuel Wilson goes undrafted. Guys like Will Shipley, Marshawn Lloyd, Braylon Allen, Trey Benson, even Isaac Guerrero, all drafted in 100% of drafts, but not Emmanuel Wilson. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Ford didn't get drafted in this one. I think I need to get a little bit more Ford too. I think he still has a role. I think he's still worth drafting, even with Quinch on there, even with Dylan Sampson. And then who was the other one I just said? Isaac Guerrero. I need to move him back in my ranks, like down the board in my ranks. I just have a little bit too much, and I think he's fine. I still like him. But he's no Emmanuel Wilson. Had less touchdowns, less total yards. Had some spike weeks, though. Emmanuel Wilson had 3 spike weeks, if I remember correctly. We did the research months ago. This is like big board stuff. But maybe you get a clip. Like the cat. Yeah, he's your friend. It's incredible. That's what I'm thinking. Tight ends can pop off for a touchdown anywhere, so anyone can do it at any point. There's a lot of tight ends. If you had like a unique list of tight ends to get a touchdown over the last 2 years, it would be an insanely long, awkward, weird list. Yeah. I think it makes sense. I mean, you can think through the situations. I've done that a few times. Sometimes I draft these teams, and it's like you have a pick or two that fall, and you get Amari and Hampton a whole round later. That was something we keyed in on early. Getting him at like pick 55 or something crazy is really fun, because then essentially you do get an extra 4th round pick. Oh, I never close the poll. You know that. First rule about the garage: never close the poll. Although I could. Well, the problem is you can't close the poll from StreamYard. I have to go into YouTube mess with it. It's just on certain days when we have a poll, it's actually worth knowing the answer. Hartman, we all just learned that he doesn't have notifications turned on. He doesn't have Twitter notifications turned on either. Because I retweeted it like 3 times. No, I'm just kidding. How you doing, Hartman? What's up, brother? Hope you're doing good. Hartman and I, excuse me. Oh, I just felt like I swallowed a bug, but there's no bug in here. Hartman and I are cooking something up next week, this coming weekend. A few days out. We're going to be drafting together. More details to come soon. We're cooking something up. Hartman, have you been doing your research? I've done a little bit. I've been listening to some podcasts. I need to watch some live streams of the FFPC Big Gorilla drafts just to make sure I know what the board's looking like as I get into it. But I've been watching them for years, but I've watched a few. I've listened to some. I think just tight end premium strategy though a little bit too, and then also the high stakes stuff. So it's it's a little bit different, but yes, sir, we're getting into it. Hartman and I are going to draft an FFPC Big Gorilla high stakes $350 entry draft in less than a week, and we'll put out some content around it. We'll figure it out. We might do it on his channel, might do it here, might do both. Who knows? And then we can follow that along all season. It's a managed situation. Yeah, I know that's the problem. We both watch RotoViz. That's the problem. It's also the solution, but it might be easier for us to draft them together because it's like we both gonna like the same players. But some other stuff too. Nice. Yeah, shoot. Anytime you find something good, shoot me a DM on Twitter. I'll do the same. I've been out of town the last couple nights, last couple days, but I'm back. We're drafting all week. Like I said, tomorrow night, BALLSY on BINDLES channel. Be there, guys, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Subscribe to BINDLES channel below. Subscribe to Hartman's channel for sure. Hartman's putting out best ball streams. Love to see it. And then, yeah, for me, that was what we did. 4 schnauzers tonight. How many do I have left? I think I have 4 left. Shit, it's gonna close too. I gotta max this thing. No, I have 2 left. Holy shit! How do I have 2 left? We did 4 tonight. Okay, I had 6 left and we did 4. That makes sense. So I'm now caught up to the fill rate because it's 85% filled. So I should have 17 teams done. I've got 18 teams done. So we'll finish these last 2 schnauzers tomorrow night after BALLSY. Or maybe with Neil too. Who knows? Maybe we'll just rip BBMs with. Obviously, we're ripping 1 BBM with Neil. Maybe we'll do an eliminator. Maybe we'll save some schnauzers for after BALLSY. Come back here live. Who knows? We'll figure it out. A lot more stuff coming this week. We're cooking stuff up, and gonna have more guests on this week too. Looking forward to it. Hope you guys have a great start to your week. I'll catch you tomorrow night on BALLSY for that one. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you slapping the like, subbing, being active in the chat. A lot of fun. Good to be back. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling revitalized. I touched a lot of grass over the weekend. Went to the lake. Was out in Wisconsin, like I was saying. The Packers. No, I'm drafting a good amount of Packers. I would say that for sure. I would say I'm weighing on Golden. I like Love. I like Reed. Wicks late is fun. Dobbs is pretty cheap. Jacobs is fine. He was good last year. Like I said, I like Emmanuel Wilson. I like Kraft. I like pretty much every Packer except for Bo Melton and Christian Watson. We'll have to pass on those 2, but what I was going to show y'all, we were talking about the cats. We were talking about all the stuff. I'm just going through pictures from my weekend. We went to the lake, had a family reunion in Wisconsin on my wife's side. Ton of fun, ton of good food, ton of good times. Hope you guys have some fun vacations coming up too this summer. Things to look forward to. In the meantime, we're going to keep it here, keep it drafting. Cheers. Appreciate you being here. Good stuff as always. Good night, all. Make sure you look up your cat in your neighborhood and figure out what breed it is and become friends with it. That's the way. See you soon, Hartman. Be talking to you soon. Have a good night, everyone. Peace. Let's kick it to the outro.